So, Justice League is a show with 2 seasons. And we've talked about one of them. So we watched the second one. And now we're going to talk about the second one.
I mean, it technically has 5 seasons, depending on who you ask. But we're not calling Justice League Unlimited seasons 3 to 4. That I consider that a different show. It's different enough.
Right.
It's more different than the Adventures of Batman and Robin. So.
Oh, yeah. That was just in name only. Yeah. So. I don't really know. Yeah, there's not a lot to say to introduce it. There's another season. We watched it. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Show so far has been very down the middle.
It's fine. Safe is the word I would use. It's been very safe. I mean, it feels like they're maybe struggling a little bit with just trying to manage 7 protagonists. Like, they're not doing a terrible job, but in both kind of the plot writing and the action scenes, they seem to be like. I think they admitted themselves that they're not used to juggling so many protagonists. And granted, obviously, they had the sensible choice of not putting literally everyone in every single episode, so that was already figured out. But yeah, it's been fine, but not great, I would say.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, and also to quickly mention, first DCAU thing we've watched, it's in 16:9. It's in widescreen. Finally.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't think that's going to change how I present anything, because it would just be a pain in the ass to change everything now, but...
No, but it's, it just changed the viewing experience. The whole thing definitely seems a little more cinematic. It's like a subtle thing you don't really think about, but this first episode especially is very kind of grandiose. I think I wrote down the scale of it does definitely benefit from being in widescreen. Some of these locations, shots.
Yeah. So what is this? First episode is Twilight. I don't know why it's called that.
It's already a comic book.
It is. Yeah. It's Darkseid. Remember that guy from that show we didn't watch and we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't in the 5 episodes of the Superman show that, as far as we're concerned, exist.
Yeah, you never met Batman.
Yeah. So
Batman, he's a little bit out of Batman's league, let's be honest. I mean, Batman's faced him. Batman can do stuff with Darkseid. He's been known to do that, but but generally speaking, they held off. Didn't use Darkseid in any crossovers.
Yeah, this one's silly. Like, there's just a big war going on between Darkseid and who was the Sky.
So it's the planets of Apocalypse, which is Darkseid, and New Genesis, which is Highfather. We're getting really into the space opera stuff in this episode, more so than we've ever seen. This is all like Jack Kirby stuff. It is very out there.
Big thing of Darkseid, he goes to the Justice League or Superman directly, and is like, "Hey guys, help me out. I'm in this war, and with Brainiac. Brainiac's gonna kill me."
Yeah, I mean he's not. He's having a war with New Genesis. He's losing at the minute. He's not doing very well, and then Brainiac just shows up. And Brainiac's thing is to assimilate planets. Basically, just he harvests the information from a planet and then destroys it. So he's and the reason why him losing the war is important is because Apocalypse is weaker than normal. He just suffered a big loss. That's why he has to resort to getting help from the Justice League. So we think. So.
Right, yeah. And so he goes to the jail and he's just I think he just boom tubes into their headquarters and is just "Hey guys, Brainiac's gonna ruin shit," and Superman just is "Good." There's this very strange dynamic in this episode where Superman is just "Oh, thank God you're gonna die. I'm so glad," and all the rest of the guys are just "Hey, come on, he needs our help," and Like,
it's not so much like helping Darkseid. It's more like we can't just let a planet die though, because you don't like the fascist leader.
Yeah. But they keep going, like, every time they work with Darkseid, they're just like, see, Superman? Do you not trust him now? And it's like...
No.
It's like, yeah, and of course, he betrays them. That's the whole point is... So, yeah, they team up. They kind of split up, too, because, like, Wonder Woman and Batman go and talk to the High Father.
Yeah, so Superman's like, look, I'll help them out, but Batman, I want you to do something for me. And it's basically just kind of sends them off to New Genesis, the one that we're with, to, I don't know, get help? I'm not really sure. Or just investigate Darkseid a bit more clearly. We might need help. Is he going there for help, or is he going there because he's suspicious of Darkseid? Because he gets help, they eventually get Orion to help. So
the synopsis says the team solicits the aid of the new gods.
Sure.
Period. It's like, okay,
right.
Yeah,
sure.
just for help, I guess. But yeah, so they go off and deal with that while Superman and a couple of them fight off Brainiac and then like invade his big asteroid that's shaped like his head, where his home base is, or something.
Yeah,
it's Planet Brainiac.
Yeah,
and they get in there, and then Superman gets captured, and Darkseid shows up, and he's like, "Hey, perfect timing!" And then he puts a thing down, and it's like, "Oh, now I control you now."
Yeah, he shoots Superman. Just like, "Oh, what do you know? He wasn't to be trusted."
Oh right, yeah.
But then it's like, oh yes, Brainiac and Darkseid are working together. It's like as a promise, because so Brainiac's thing is he apparently wants more so than the information on Apocalypse. He wants living DNA from the last Kryptonian, because Brainiac, I forget if we've mentioned it, but he's, at least in this continuity, he was an AI created by scientists on Krypton. He knew Krypton was going to explode, and he didn't explain. He decided to withhold that information to save himself, basically. And his thing is just to collect information, and he needs living DNA from the last living Kryptonian. So that's why he wants Superman. So made a deal with Darkseid to get to lure Superman in. What a twist! And then, but then Darkseid immediately betrays Brainiac, and he just basically hacks him. And
he just puts a thing down. It's just like, oh, it's all purple now, which means I control you. And
yes.
Brainiac's just like, well, I hate you, but I have to do what you say.
Yeah, that's a good line there. He's like, Brainiac, defend me, because I have no desire to help you, but I am compelled to help. And Darkseid's thing, because obviously we haven't met him in our run of reviews, is that he's looking for the anti-life equation, which is just basically, I think it's like to end the universe, but that's his end goal. And obviously Brainiac being like a information harvesting thing, like that's ideal for him. So yeah, that's why he takes over Brainiac. Also, yeah. I also this is like very minor, but there was a tiny little, I wouldn't even call it a subplot, but there's like a little thread in here of Manhunter and Hawkgirl, and they keep alluding to Thanagar, where Hawkgirl's from. So we're just kind of we're getting a little bit of extra setup for the final 3-part of the season finale involving her. There's just a few little references to Thanagar throughout this episode.
Yeah.
And then the episode concludes with Orion, who's Darkseid's son, who grew up on New Genesis. He joins the fight, fights Darkseid for a bit, and then Superman is encouraged to leave, but he's like, no, I want to kick Darkseid's ass. And he has a really cool fight with him in this exploding ship. Batman, obviously wants him to get out, and there's a good moment where Superman just swats Batman aside. He's like, no, I'm not leaving, because he really hates Darkseid. Like, we didn't see it, but Darkseid controlled Superman's mind and killed Superman's best friend. Best friend. One of his friends, he killed him. So Superman particularly hates Darkseid. and he's willing to sacrifice his life just to end the fight and just to finish Darkseid off once and for all. But at the last moment, Batman drags him into a boom tube, and Darkseid's left on the asteroid, and the asteroid explodes. Brainiac and Darkseid are dead.
Yep, which means that they're gonna come back at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they are definitely dead, though. That is not a lie. They are dead.
Are they actually dead?
Yes.
Okay.
What you said is not untrue, but they are dead.
Interesting. Okay. It is funny. I feel like we kind of blitzed through that one in a way that almost implies that it's very straightforward, but it was a very entertaining episode.
There's a lot of world building here. Batman and Wonder Woman's side quest involves a lot of exposition, explaining that they New Genesis and Apocalypse exchange sons, which is Orion and oh god, who's the other dude? He actually shows up at the end of the second part. Mr. Miracle. So that's my father's son who grew up on Apocalypse. We'll see him again in the future. But yeah, there's a lot of explaining this crazy Jack Kirby stuff, and it feels very kind of soap opera-y. It's good. It's entertaining. It really feels they've thrown off any kind of restraint where maybe in Batman the animated series and even Superman to a certain extent, they're like, we don't want to get too out there, we don't want to get too elaborate with the world building. But here they're just like, no, let's put it all in. So
yeah,
it's good.
So we can also talk about some of the weirder things about this episode. Just, first off, you can see from some of these shots, there's a lot of weird-looking shots, particularly of Brainiac. It's not the prettiest episode, I want to say. I don't it's terrible, but there was a weird amount of just why does it look like this?
I think it's the transfer to HD. There's a lot of detail you're not really supposed to see. I think Bruce Timm said as much. He really doesn't like transition to HD because when you're doing animation, you can get away with certain things. It makes the process easier. But then when you go to HD, you can see how off-model certain things are. So I'm willing to forgive that. You're not wrong. I mean, and that is how we're watching it, and that's how a person would see it now. So I'm not defending that.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, I am defending it, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. This episode also has a lot of weirdness in it that I don't know, there was some very strange shots.
Batman is weird in this episode. He is super jokey.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of bat humor stuff.
Yeah, there's this big floating island, and Batman just goes, "I'm gonna need a longer grapple." Something I wouldn't normally catch him saying.
Yeah, it feels like they've established him at this point of just being very cold and calculated. He does not play along, and they even later on they'll do stuff like that where he's just like that. He doesn't respond or acknowledge that kind of stuff. But then here, he's just doing a lot of silly gags. Yeah, cracking a lot of jokes.
Whenever Superman, I can't remember what he says exactly. Whenever I consider listening to Superman, just hit me real hard.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe his personality is different because he's hanging out with his girlfriend. It's he's with Wonder Woman. He acts a bit differently. I don't know.
Trying to press her a little bit.
Yeah.
But there was... there's just some weird shots. You can tell from the notes. The weird one is that when they're on New Genesis, they're chasing around... I forget what... I don't even know the dude's name. Yeah, it's Rob Paulson. He's voiced Rob Paulson, of course. And he just Wonder Woman's holding Batman and they're flying around. And then he just flies up beside them, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "We're looking for such and such." And he's just like, "Well, I'll race you," or some shit like that. And then there's a shot where you can see most of Wonder Woman and Batman, and then you don't see anything, but you hear a slapping sound.
Yeah.
And then
Wonder Woman's like, "Hey!"
And it's they didn't show it. But they definitely had that guy slap her ass.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
Okay. Just
so now that we don't know what the character's called, but we just refer to him like notes as just the pervert.
Yes. Because I think he makes a cameo later. It's just like, oh my god, why is he back? Why is the pervert here? Just fucking very silly. I don't know his
name, but it doesn't matter. He's the pervert.
It was also like the weird shot where Superman's like holding open the barrier that's protecting Brainiac during like the big fight before they get to his planet or whatever. And then Darkseid's like, oh, I'm going to fire a big beam right between your legs.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, right, just barely missing him. It's just like,
yeah.
Are you...
Superman, did I get him? Because, yeah, you hit him, Darkseid, but I'm never having children now.
Thanks for that. There was just a lot of that. Just a lot of, like, that was a particularly strange thing to do, but okay.
I mean, it worked.
Why not, I guess? Yeah. So, yeah. We wrote high B, low A. Quite like that one.
I can squeeze it into A.
Let's see.
It feels quite different. I think having finished the season as well, I think that one stands out from the setting. There aren't too many like that.
Yeah.
Even the other ones that kind of involve alien. We go to other planets, but I feel like that's probably the best world building we've seen.
Sure, yeah.
And also, not that it really matters in a bubble, but like Brainiac, what happens to Brainiac and Darkseid's going to have ramifications in the future, which is... That shouldn't really make it better, but I don't know. I kind of like the attention to continuity. Like they're starting to do a bit more of that. It's not just
right.
They do bits of continuity, and it makes the show more enjoyable.
For sure.
Not that we're there yet, but
well, we're getting there. Episodes 3 and 4, Tabula Rasa.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This one starts off with more Lex v Superman, I think.
Yeah, they're just fighting. He's in that same we saw from the Injustice for All episode.
And they're... Yeah, like they... I'm sure we mentioned this before, but yeah, Lex is just like a known criminal now.
Yeah.
Like, him fighting... He's just doing it like out in the open with Superman. They're just having it out, and... That becomes important. Like, he's very much in hiding for this entire episode.
Yeah, he loses the fight, so he has to hobble back to LexCorp, which is now being run by Mercy Graves. So apparently when he got outed as a criminal, he just handed control over to her. And it seems like she's doing a good job, as far as we can tell.
Yeah, she's very, like... She's pissed off at him. She's just like, oh, I've been working my ass off and... saving your company. Is like what thanks do I get? What do I get for all the shit I've been doing?
Yeah, I'm just doing it because I'm the only person you could trust. You know, she feels a bit put upon.
Yeah.
But he needs her help because this battle suit is damaged, and he needs Professor Ivo.
Yes.
And she's like, where is he? And she's like, I don't know. I fired him, and he's pissed off. He's like, one of our best scientists. So yeah, but I'm trying to save money. Like, damn it. So he goes to find Ivo, he goes to his home, and he's dead.
He's sleeping
something
in
like,
he
was, I guess the cigarettes got you. Don't smoke, kids.
Oh, right, yeah. So. Of course. But he's also got this android?
Yeah.
Named Amazo. It's just this huge, smooth, gray humanoid guy who just kind of cares for him, and is kind of nonplussed by Lex being there, I think. Mm-hmm. Just kind of... Jesus.
Sorry.
So, yeah, and then Lex is just like, hey, like, what the hell?
Mason is very naive. He's like, the professor, when will he wake up again? He's like, he's not going to wake up.
Yeah, Lex is kind of just straightforward with the guy, which is funny because he ends up betraying him, kind of hiding.
Well, he's like, oh, I was Professor Ivo's best friend, and he knew if anything happened to him, I would look after you. He's like, he's good at like making up bullshit on the spot. He's a good manipulator.
That's a lot of this episode. He's just how much he can string this guy along. This guy, this giant android thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's made quickly apparent that this guy can copy the abilities of anybody he like scans. Like he just looks at them and then he can like turn into them. Like he copies their like physical features sometimes, but mostly if they have like superpowers, then he can copy those. And
she's very OP.
He ends up. Not to get ahead of it, he ends up just becoming like a god and just being like, "All right, fuck this."
Yeah.
Just
he's not conventionally beaten. We'll say that much.
Yeah.
So there's also a subplot. So they fought Lex. They don't know where he's gone. So they ask John Jones to find him. They say, "Oh, can you just like check everyone's mind in the city?" He's like, "I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try." He says once the gates are open, it might be hard to close. He says.
Yeah, he says that, so he's just like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I think Superman's just like, "Well, you know how important it is," and he's just like, and then John is like seems kind of like, "Yep, you know, you got a point. I'll give it a shot." But then whenever he does it, it immediately goes wrong, and he freaks out and just runs away.
Yeah, I mean, what's happened is he's hearing everyone's thoughts, and all he's picking up are like negative thoughts. He just realizes that humans are really like selfish pieces of shit. Like all he's hearing is just like, "Oh, I don't like this person," or like, "Oh, why have I got to help them?" Or it's just like all the selfish thoughts, all the nasty thoughts that he's sort of getting, and John has like a kind of an existential crisis, and he's sort of like, "Why am I even helping these people? Like humans are awful." It's kind of the big takeaway. So he freaks out.
He breaks his communicator. He turns back into his normal form. So I said he was running around streaking. Yeah. He's just running around naked in the woods, and he's like talking to animals and stuff, just being like, "Why am I helping all these guys? Why are humans so selfish?" Yeah. And that ends up with he runs into a party of just like adults just like running through with the woods. It's at night. They've got flashlights and they're searching for someone. Yeah. And he's hiding. They don't notice him, but he's hearing their thoughts, and they're all just worried about this little girl. Like this little girl's missing, and they're very, worried about her. They're desperate, and he hears their thoughts, and they're like, "Oh, why couldn't it be me?" And like anything.
I don't even know the kid, but I know if it was my little girl, I'd be desperately trying to find her.
Yeah,
I quite like it as well. It's quite sweet. I don't know.
Yeah. So he sees the selfless side of humanity, and he starts flying around. He eventually picks up on her thoughts, takes her back to the party, and then Wonder Woman just shows up and is just like, "Hey, good job," and then hugs him.
Yeah. Like, very convenient, just like, your mission's over. You can rejoin the main plot now. And it does actually have bearing, because he is actually the one who resolves it. So I don't want to go in like crazy detail. Like, basically, there's back and forth. It takes the League time to realise that, they see Amazo, and then they realise it's helping Luthor. They don't immediately put those together. Back and forth, a lot of Amazo being manipulated. Needless to say, Amazo eventually grabs everyone's powers. One key moment is that he gets Superman's powers. I do like this as well, because they warn Superman, like, you shouldn't come here, because if he gets your powers, he'll be absolutely unstoppable. But Superman's like, I can't just not show up. So, I quite like the characters being smart. Like, he does try and blind him with his girder. He tries his best not to be seen, but needless to say, he gets seen and he gets his powers copied. But the consequences of that is that he also gets his Superman's vulnerability to kryptonite, which Batman uses. So that's how they stave him off for a while.
Yeah, that's a very good scene where he scans Batman. He's just like, "You don't have any powers," and I forget what he says, but he's just like, "Yeah, I have this."
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what he says.
Yeah, and he holds out the kryptonite, and suddenly he's just like, "Oh fuck!" So
it's really fun seeing him use all the different powers. By the way, I don't want to skip over that. It's quite fun.
But it's also very tense because there's this thing of just like, if he sees you, he's going to get your powers, and it's going to be basically over for us if he gets any more. And then he gradually just gets more and more strengths. There's some really funny stuff too. He gets some of their personalities at points, which is particularly they play that up with Flash, where he's like stealing his one-liner, and then at one point he hits on Mercy.
I just realised it reminds me of Emerald from Sonic Battle, of all things. It's gaining their moves and little quirks of their personalities. Like, I think Hawk Girl says, "Oh, I didn't count on that one, did you?" And then he says it later on.
Right, yeah. The weird, like, electric fence fight they were having.
That was really prominent electric fence.
Yeah. But, so the way it ends is that Lex and Amazo are there. Because Lex is, like, constantly berating this guy and just being like, you know...
why are you not killing the Justice League? You kill them already.
Yeah. And then eventually he shows up and he's with Amazo, who has them basically dead to rights. And then
the kryptonite stops working as well, by the way, if you thought that was the solution.
Right, yeah. And then Jean shows up and basically just lets him get scanned. He lets himself get scanned. He just stands there, and they're all watching this, like, what the hell? And then
it's like, get back, you'll get your powers, and like, I guess he will. Yeah.
And then so you see Amazo like glaring, and then his expression changes, and then he turns to Lex and goes, "You lied to me," and it's like, oh yeah, because he has Jean's powers, he has the ability to read minds, so he can tell that Lex is
so good.
Just bullshitting. It's so good.
It's really good, and then that's the point where you realize like Jean's kind of backstory is kind of tied into this one, like about like manipulation and people being not untrustworthy, but you know, he's been sitting out the whole plot, and then he just shows up and solves it. And I really like it. It's not just they don't just win through a fist fight. It's really smart.
Yeah, so because Lex has a bomb that's in the. I think that was whoever built him, like
Professor Ivo Robotnik.
Yeah, I've
creator of both Emerald and Amazo.
Yeah, yes. I don't think he made it Emerald, but no. He's just like, oh, there's a bomb in Amazo's head that'll, just instantly, if you blow it up, he's just gonna fucking die. It's gonna be useless. But I think because he copied Jean, he was able to like just kind of morph his head or whatever. Like,
yeah. I wasn't sure if that was particularly him or just him evolving. I'm guessing it's a Jean thing.
Yeah, and it works because like the bomb, he does blow it up to basically be like, fuck you, and then the Amazo just gets his head back, just like nope. So yeah, he ends up basically just saying, "You guys are pathetic. I'm out of here," and then he just flies into space, and he's just gone.
He turns Super Saiyan and flies into space.
He does, yeah. So, it's good, but it's also very strange. Like, I was not seeing that coming, where he's just like, I'm a greater being than all of you. I'm just going to leave and go do something more substantial. Yeah,
they talk of him evolving throughout the episode. Like, that was his intention.
Yeah. So, yeah, he becomes too powerful for them. He just fucks off.
Yeah.
So,
nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta show that clip of, at one point, Ivo's house explodes. I guess the Lex, rigged it.
Yeah, rigged it to get the evidence.
I think, because I think they figured out where he was. Like, they figured out, probably who built Amazo. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, oh, they can trace it back to that house. So, the JL showed up at the house, Flash runs up to the door, and then I think Superman's right behind him. And then Flash is just like, slow, and then it explodes. And he just fucking blows up, and then you don't even see Superman, so I'm like, he got obliterated, he's dead. Yeah. I don't know, that was a funny moment. And there's a lot going on with Mercy as well.
Yeah, like, back and forth with it's just hard to detail, but it's really her relationship with Luthor's really good.
Yeah.
Like, he manipulates her a lot as well. It's not just Amazo.
Yeah. No, that's like the running thing, is he just plays with everybody.
Yeah, until it comes back to bite him. And also it ends on Mercy running LexCorp, and he's like, oh, I need doctors and I need lawyers, and she's just like, shut up. Just hangs up on him. So
he's in jail, and it's like, I've got this one phone call, so I need you to... And then she just hangs up and just like, nope.
Yeah.
So, that was a good ending. So, good episode. We wrote high, below A again. Definitely think that's an A.
I think that's an A as well. The ending's really good. I quite like the subplot with Jean as well.
Yeah, what, here?
Let me see. Sorry, just to minimize that for a second. Where is that? Sure. Yeah, I would say it's better than Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
I think Injustice it's probably better on paper. It's probably a better story than Justice for All, but that one's just way too much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
All right. Episodes 5 and 6. Only a Dream. This one is really, really short because the Justice League get their ass kicked in like a minute.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thankfully, it's not canon because as the title spoils, it's just a dream. So this whole episode is not canon. They just lose instantly. It's pathetic.
There's an inmate. I kept assuming he was a janitor based on the way he was dressed, but no, he's just an inmate. He's like daydreaming about being like a stronger villain than all the other villains, and there's a bunch of cameos at the beginning. I didn't write them all down. There's just fucking a ton of them. You get
Mark Hamill's in the studio voicing Solomon Grundy for this episode, so let's just throw some Joker lines in there as well.
Yeah. And then he wakes up and then he's volunteering for there's just like a scientist or something.
Yeah.
In the prison who's just like, hey, I'm trying this cool machine that gives you
ESP.
Not telepathy. Yeah, ESP. Like you can read minds or shit. And so he's like, I'm going to hold up these cards and you have to tell me what's on them. And he lists them all off. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. And yeah, obviously because of the daydream, he has aspirations to just be a villain. Like he's just like, I'm sick of being a nobody. I want to kick the Justice League's ass. Because
his name's, what is it? John D, which is literally one letter off John Doe. Like that is the theme for this episode. Him being a nobody. That's his character.
Yeah, and then there's a jailbreak. We wrote 3 different notes down almost back to back about how there's like no one knows how locks work, or like there are a bunch of inmates who just like break through a gate.
Yeah, they don't lock it. They close it, but they lock it.
Yeah, the guards are standing by the gate, and they're like, "Oh, don't come in here!" And then they just open it up and come in. It's like you could have locked it, and then someone tells the scientist guy, "Hey, lock yourself in your room."
It's John. Yeah, he's the one who says it. He goes into his office hey, Doc, you should. There's a riot. Maybe you should lock the door.
He's hiding behind his desk, and he's just like, "Oh, I could lock the door. Oh, okay." Just like, what the fuck?
One little thing to mention is that he was denied parole, and he found out that his partner was now seeing another guy as well. So he's a little pissed off about that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So he breaks in, and does he kill the doc or just knocks him out or something?
I don't think he kills him, but
yeah. Either way, he incapacitates the doc and then jumps into the machine and then just uses that on himself. Mm-hmm. And then someone's breaking into the office later on, and they're like mystified. It's like, why won't the door open? It's like, oh, it wasn't even
locked. It was a guy lying in front of it. Even after all that, he still hadn't locked it.
Oh my god, that's right.
His body was in front of the door.
It's silly.
So the big subplot is this was a big breakout, so we got like a bunch of supervillains out, and kind of the theme of this episode is that everyone's focusing on the supervillains that have gotten out, but Batman's the only person that they find out about this ESP machine and that John had used it. And it's like, isn't that a bit dangerous? It's like, yeah, but it's the only way you can get volunteers. to try it out.
Oh yeah,
which it's a little flimsy to me, but whatever. So Batman's the only one that's just like, yeah, I need to find out what's happening with this John guy, and Lantern's just like, who cares? You know, there's a bunch of supervillains out. But Batman's just like, but I also don't want to just ignore the nobody, because you never know. And he actually gives the story of Odysseus and Polyphemus, which is pretty good.
Which is pretty good, but also, again, is that history? Because
yeah, this is
that myth?
No, these are just Greek gods are real, because that's where Wonder Woman's from. So I guess this is just history. Ever read the Odyssey? Oh, you mean the historical book, the book about something that actually happened? Yeah, it's weird, because the Greek gods are real. So anyway.
So yeah, I think you first see it with his ex-wife or his ex-partner. She starts having weird-ass dreams just out of nowhere. Like, what's his face? John D. shows up in her house, and I forget exactly what happens, but basically she starts freaking out because he turns into Skeletor right in front of her, and he's like, "Hey, the Destiny, I'm going to be Dr. Destiny. That's my name now." And then you find out that it's like, no, it's not actually happening. She's just dreaming, and in the real world, she's just like freaking out in bed. Mm-hmm. It's very Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, the whole episode is Yeah.
He's
basically Freddy, which is kind of amusing because his actor was in the last season. So
right, yeah.
But no, I don't seriously mean cast him though. That's way too on the nose. I just find it kind of amusing.
Yeah, they don't like, it's not like they get killed in the dream and die in real life or anything like that. They just kind of go crazy. Like, they're kind of in a coma, I think.
Yeah, but she does eventually die, which I found surprising the show did. Like, she doesn't get saved, she dies.
Yeah, like, there's a newscast that just says, like, she just passed away at the hospital, like, in her sleep. Like, you think that, you, like, almost think that, you know, they got her out, so she's gonna be alright. It's just that they have to deal with this guy first, but then you find out, no, she ends up dying from this.
Yeah.
And I think by the end of the first part, you see everybody falling asleep, like everyone's real tired after all their crime fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, oh, now they're all vulnerable to Dr. Destiny.
If I remember correctly, the episode ends with Batman calling everyone. It's like, whatever happens, do not fall asleep, and then it's just like everyone's asleep.
Oh yeah. Except Batman and Jean.
Yeah.
They establish that Jean sleeps while standing up or
like meditating,
while not really sleeping. Yeah. He's still very much awake.
There's like a throwaway bit at the start where it's just like, what were you doing when his eyes kind of glaze over? And he's just like, I was sleeping, and it's just, you kind of forget about that, and there's like, there's an explanation for that. There's also a little mention that Batman has been up for like 3 days or something. So the guy who's normally probably the most qualified to stay up is also had a particularly rough run of days, so you know the odds are stacked against him against falling asleep. Part 2 is a lot of dream sequences, so part 1 is a lot of fights with random supervillains, including Firefly. Hooray.
Firefly, and what was the other lady's name?
Volcana,
yeah.
She's like a Superman villain.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, I'm a fire lady. I can shoot fire, and it's live wire, but for fire. It's live fire. And Firefly's just like, oh, that's cool, and she's just like, wow, you kind of suck.
It's there's a certain subtext to it. Let's say he's inadequate. She's just like, that's your flamethrower. And then it's like, just like, it barely does anything. He goes, oh, don't worry, it happens to all guys or something like that.
Yeah. He's just funny because it very much just makes him out to be a joke.
Yeah.
Which feels a little unfair. It's like, I know we don't like the guy because of that episode, but
I don't think the writers did either.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, he's still a Batman villain. You shouldn't just treat him like shit. But whatever, I guess.
So that's part 1. We get a lot of that. The Grundy's in it, Copperhead's in it. And then part 2 is mostly focusing on the Leaguer's dreams. which has some interesting sequences. Like Superman's nightmare is that he grows too powerful and he can't keep his powers in check.
He's like dining with Lois, and then as like the menu just starts fucking burning up because he can't control his heat vision, which reminding a lot of Cyclops. Yeah. And she's just like, "Hey, something's weird about you."
And then he just goes, "Behold!" and kills her.
I think he does kill her.
Yeah, he does.
Wild.
Yeah, Lois dead. Lantern's problem is like he doesn't fit in at home anymore. Like he's just
everyone's scared of him.
Yeah. Hawk Girls is the most interesting because that one we kind of had to shoehorn into part 1 because we don't know much about Hawk Girl at this point, and for good reason. We're still setting up the season finale, potentially the show finale. So we deliberately don't know much about her. So then they just kind of in part 1 they just kind of shoehorned in this thing. So I guess she suffers from claustrophobia. I guess that's a nightmare.
Yes, it's more. Yeah. That felt like
kind of.
I don't know. It wasn't really established either. It was just like, oh, the villain, whoever it was, like some illusion guy.
It was like Luminous. It's the guy who makes light solid. He was in a Superman episode.
He like traps her in a space that like closes in on her,
and she's getting panicked. And it's like,
yeah. Which it's like I guess that it's like claustrophobia. Sure, it's like it's also she was going to die, so. Whatever.
But that's all the setup we get for it. So the fact that then that's a nightmare, I guess that is just her fear. We don't know too much about this character, so we have to think that's her fear, I guess.
Yeah. She gets buried alive, so she's just in a coffin, and was another one.
Sure, it's nice that they got her out nice and quickly. Oh wait, no, they left her dead last. So Jean's jumping into their dreams, like dream warriors. Because he deal with it.
Batman's trying to deal with John directly, and he's struggling to stay awake. And you keep seeing visions of the guy just like, oh, don't you feeling sleepy? And he's just like, he shows up at a coffee shop and just like 3 lattes.
Yeah.
Like, extra caffeine. And Jean's jumping into dreams, and he goes to like one by one to save them. Flash's dream is that everything freezes in time, like he goes too fast, and so everything like stops.
Yeah,
and that ends up like he's like the second to last, where he's just in the city and everything's frozen. Everyone shows up in his dream, like jumping from dream to dream.
Yeah,
but
it's like John's recruiting them every time he helps one.
Yeah. And then, they get frozen in time, so then Flash has to, confidence or some shit, and
then poor Hulk goes dead last. We don't even see it happen.
There's a very weird thing where, the portal to get to her dream is, like, the one that John's been using to go from dream to dream, like, he can't get through it for some reason.
Yeah.
And then there's like a shot of Green Lantern just being like, "Here, let me try it," and he just shoots his green at it.
Yeah,
and it's like, there's like something there where like he's the first one to jump in and be like, "I can do this," but then that doesn't get resolved.
I guess the Lantern ring is powered by willpower, which I guess is right. I guess it makes sense in the dream world, I suppose. But yeah, we don't even see her get saved, and she's the one who seems to be most desperately in need of help. So
she's like just screaming and panicking, where everyone else is just kind of like sad. So it was very strange that they left her last and then didn't resolve that one because before they can actually do anything, Batman in the real world actually stops John D. by humming a tune.
Yeah, Farajaka.
Yeah.
And he, there's a little mention that the closer he physically gets to someone, the more powerful his power is, and he can make them hallucinate even if they're awake. So he starts seeing like glimmers of Freddy, Dr. Destiny.
He runs somebody over in the Batmobile again, which is he needs to stop doing that.
Yes. Yeah, they like doing that gag. But there's just these really cool cuts between Dr. Destiny and John, sort of like Dimitri and Darkstalker, because he just kind of like you know, so it goes from one to the other. And then I also want to mention, I mean, this is just kind of like a no shit kind of thing for the entire DCAU, but I like Dr. Destiny's casting because he has to be both kind of boring as himself, but also intimidating as Dr. Destiny. And again, great casting. Does well with both. So
for sure.
But yeah, no, that's basically Nightmare on Elm Street episode, and it's really cool.
Yes, it's really, really good. Mm-hmm. We really liked it. Again, we wrote the same thing again. We were just really, really strong start for season 2 here.
I'll put that in A again.
It's definitely an A. Yeah. How high up though?
Maybe after Tabula Rasa.
Here?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we're underballing it, and then, well, they didn't maintain this momentum too consistently, so I think in that respect I would be a bit more generous with these, because we're... Next one is Maid of Honor.
Yeah, Maid of Honor.
It's not bad. I'm making it sound bad by saying that. It's not, but... We went from a bunch...
It's bad...
We've had a few A's in a row.
Yeah. It's bad for this season. I'll just spoil it. This is... I'm not going to say this is a low point yet, but this one was definitely like...
It felt like a season 1 episode. It just lacked that little bit of confidence. I don't know.
Yeah. So they're in Cosnia.
They're in Paris.
They're in Paris. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're what is that? There's a party being thrown by the princess?
I think it's...
Yeah,
I forget what it is. I don't know if she's someone throwing it, was she? I can't remember. Look, there's a bunch of foreign dignitaries there, and she's there.
Yeah.
So, and Wonder Woman's there because she represents Themyscira. That's why she's there. So.
And Bruce Wayne's there.
Yeah.
Because.
And she's being like assaulted by the paparazzi, and then he whisks her away. And I mean, skip to the literal end of part 2, but sort of like implied that he goes, "Oh, she doesn't know who I am," and she absolutely does. Like,
right.
She's like, "Oh, I need to take you up on the dance," and Batman says, "I don't know what you're talking about." And she's like, "Yeah, sure, okay." Because he introduces himself to her. But, yeah, I like this romance, this continuing outer costume as well. It's pretty good. It's a good moment. We then meet Princess Audrey from Casnia, a favourite fictional DC location.
Yep.
And she's like...
She's getting married.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get married, and she's like, "Oh, this is my last chance to go out in the town and party." She hits it off with Wonder Woman, and then they go hit up the town and just be silly.
Pretty much. She gets... Also, to quickly mention, she almost gets assassinated. So Wonder Woman saves her, so that's how they really kind of cross paths. But,
right, yeah. There's some guys show up to try to kill her, and then, the two heroes... Well, no, I don't think Bruce actually does anything, because Wonder Woman's got it.
Yeah, he starts doing his own investigation, but she's the one who saves Audrey.
Yeah. He starts looking into it while she's just kind of hanging out with Audrey. And they're just kind of having a good old time. And then she's just like, "Hey, you gotta meet my husband-to-be. Here he is. It's Hitler."
They unfroze him. No, it's Hitler 2.0.
Yeah, it's Vandal Savage.
Yeah, he's...
Again.
And I guess you and I both knew this. So I don't know if it's one of those things where it's supposed to be a mystery, but I just kind of don't acknowledge it as one because I just kind of know the character already. But they kind of play it because, "Oh yeah, that was my great grandfather or something. He was an evil man, but I'm not." But then we're watching it and we're like, "No, he's immortal. That's just him." I can't remember if that was actually supposed to be a mystery or not, because he confesses to Audrey later on, just like, "No, I'm immortal. I've been around since the Stone Age." So
right, yeah. And then I remember, Wonder Woman immediately is just like, "You're gonna marry this Nazi?" And it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Vandal Savage was a Nazi war criminal. You're like, whoa. Like, oh, okay. You spent the 3 parts. You've spent like 3 episodes like skirting around that word, and then you just blurt it out.
Yeah.
Somebody was probably like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna have her say Nazi. Fuck it." I'm sick of this.
Yeah, it's like it was like after that they're like, "Oh, by the way, you can get away with saying Nazi." Like, fuck. Damn it! All right, fine. We're gonna write an episode just so we could say it again.
Yeah.
So Audrey's dad gets poisoned by the maid of dishonor, I guess. And
she was the maid. Yeah, that was her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There was I forgot about neck brace. Fucking Banshee.
Quan Chi victim.
Yeah. This is some guy with like a big like robotic neck brace that is like that's how he speaks. He speaks through it. Like,
yeah, and I think the animators really liked that. They didn't have to do any lip sync on him.
And he's working with Savage, and he just has like shrieking powers. He just kind of he yells and then sound waves, etc.
Fucking Five Nights at Freddy.
Yes, he's a jump scare.
Yeah. We finally get Savage's backstory that I kind of forgot we never had before, where he was a caveman. Yeah. There was this warm, glowing rock that fell from space. He just kind of slept next to it, and then he just realized he was immortal. And like, not just immortal, but he's like stupidly like immortal because he's there's like tens of thousands. I mean, he makes Ra's al Ghul look like a little kid, you know. It's like Ra's is like, I've been about for 300 years, and he's like, that's cute, right? 300,000, you know.
Right. So, fucking fight railgun space.
He has a railgun. Yeah.
Die.
So he poisoned the father. He's now in charge. That's how monarchies work.
She was like, Audrey was just like, no, come on, he's my husband, he's really cool. I think they crash the wedding, and then they get jailed, or Wonder Woman does, for just being like, you can't marry this guy, and she's like, come on, like, I can't believe you tried to do this, and Savage is just like, well, she must be really jealous, or she really likes you, that's what he says.
Yeah.
It's just like, why would she want to stop the wedding? Well, she really likes you. And it's like, excuse me? And then she's just like, Wonder Woman says you're a dictator. And he's just like, that's funny. I'm going to go shoot a railgun at the Earth real quick.
The first thing he does, he sits on his fucking throne. I'm going to sit on my evil throne. She's like, what are you doing? Building a railgun, destroying the Justice League, exerting my dominance over the world. She counts him on his hand, all the evil things he's doing. It's hilarious.
It's bizarre. Like, it's funny, but also at the same time, like, the writing is kind of stupid. It's just like... He's
a little bit stereotypical.
Yeah,
man, like, I sure wish there was an episode where he gets a bit of much needed depth, you know?
I don't know if they need to do another plot line about this one guy. I don't know why this one villain would get so many episodes dedicated to him.
Well.
I don't know.
They shoot the railgun at his face, and he gets crippled, and he's invulnerable, not just immortal. So, and she's just he gets arrested. So that's kind of it. The plot is pretty stock. I mean, the most of the interesting stuff in this episode is just kind of the stuff with Audrey and Diana. Yeah.
Also, Flash gets sucked out into space, which was pretty funny. There was just
some so you nearly get killed by a random mook.
Yeah. Like, this guy was just like, oh, hey, the airlock, I'm just gonna pull you out there, and like, he was already there, like, he had planned it, and Flash is just like, hey, I could take it. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And I know it's not the last note we wrote about, because I'm pretty sure a lot more happens after that, but I didn't have shit to say about it.
Not really, no. Batman steps it up. It's all fine. But it's a little disappointing after the last few. I think the scenes in Paris are kind of fun, I guess. But what do we grade that?
We wrote C.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Probably ahead of Blackest Night, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
The more I think about Blackest Night, the more episodes we see, the more I realise Blackest Night was a little bit...
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it was only like the second episode, so... You know, but we're just all kind of feeling the show out, but yeah, that was, in retrospect, pretty dull.
Yep.
So Maid, honest, it's alright. It's watchable. I don't know, is it Below Warworld, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Episodes 9 and 10, Hearts and Minds.
Yeah, episode 9 is Hearts, episode 10 is Minds.
Beat me to it. Boy, this one starts off with the Green Lantern, like the Lantern Corps, with excluding John, like just fighting. Who was it?
A bunch of bastards. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Some assholes.
We find out they like they're aliens with like fins on their heads, and they're basically part of like a religious. I don't want to say cult, but it's more like a religious movement on their planet. They all serve a leader called Despero. Obviously, we don't find that out for a while, but they're attacking the lanterns and winning.
Yeah, several of them appear to fucking die.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're dead. I don't think they're coming back. It's not like a Justice League Unlimited thing where I'm sort of like, oh, I know they're coming back. No, I'm pretty sure they're just dead. I think they're dead.
Yeah.
I think, 2 die? And 2... So the ones that die is like the MODOK guy and the guy who is like very nondescript alien.
Yeah, just some guy without a nose.
Yeah. We have Kilowog and we have Catmo, who I don't think we saw in that previous Lantern episode.
I don't think so.
Catmo's like So they're all losing. The MODOK guy and the other one screw up because they don't follow instructions, and they get annihilated. They just get like blasted to shit, if I remember. And
yeah, they
get annihilated. Catmo says, "I'm going to be a distraction. You need to get away." And Kilowog gets away thanks to Catmo. And as far as we know, like Catmo's dead as shit. We don't know.
Yeah, she's
she's not. Yeah.
No. She's like kind of not like the Lantern leader, but like
the one leading his squad, the one in charge.
Yeah. So she's the tactician.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kilowog goes to Earth and is just like, I need help. Lanterns dying, trouble. And
he's not that articulate, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess he was looking for Stewart, but I just remember he runs into Flash, and they have like a little silly thing, and then I don't know, people get involved and they go to this place where all these finned alien guys are living, and there's a story, they fight. Stewart loses his ring, or he stops being able to use it correctly. So
impotence.
Yeah, he becomes impotent. You
find out that that's a Flash line. That is not just us two being crude.
Yeah. Catma, it turns out to not be dead. She's working undercover, like the villain Despero. His whole thing is that there's this fire coming from the center of their planet, this like white light, and he believes that it allows him to he can mind control people.
Yeah, he can tap into this power. He was like an outcast because he has a third eye, and then he came across the flame of Pytar, which just gave him powers, and then he just basically started a religious movement and took over, and his he can basically, it's a little vague, he can sort of make people follow him. I mean, on the front of it kind of looks like he's, hearts and minds. He's using the power of persuasion, but then you see him invading other planets where he just seems to just be taking them over quite literally. So I don't know. It's just a bit.
It's very nondescript. It gives him power.
He's an asshole.
Also, so he also has, I think, a legion of, like, Jabba the Hutt, like, slave, like the thing with Princess Leia.
That's what she's just straight up dressed as the Princess Leia in the slave costume.
Yeah. So it's implied that it's like, oh, she's been controlled or something, and there's like a bunch of them, but she's among them, Cadma. And then, like they throw Stewart into the flame, and then he gets teleported out by the Resistance. So it was like staged to make it look like he had died. And then Cadma shows up, and she's like, "What the hell? I was undercover and doing my thing, and then you showed up and." He's just like, I can't use my ring. I suck. And she's like, all right, well, we're going to train you to stop sucking. So you can learn to be a lantern or some shit.
Resolve the plot.
Yeah.
Which, oh dear.
Yeah. And then,
It's a rebellion. It reminds us of a Savage Time, with the resistance movement.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't
there's like a traitor there's like a traitor in the group, and then they have a bunch of fighting, and then it gets resolved by John Jones just like being like, hey, I can communicate with the fire. It's actually a living creature, and it's in pain, and it says that it hates you, Despero, you suck. And then everybody is like, oh, okay, and then they hate Despero, and
a little more happens than just that, though. It kind of talks through John, and they basically says like there was an ecosystem. Like it's like a desert world. They said there used to be an ecosystem, but then it got subsided. I don't know if Despero was complicit in that, or I mean, it's not the cause of it. It looked desolate before he found the flame. But anyway, the important thing is people turn into trees.
Yeah, everyone. This shot of everyone in space, like those are like the people, the heathens or whatever. They just get turned into trees.
Yeah,
because everyone starts to worship the Pytar correctly or something.
Or they're like they're using the power, and then the original source of the power fights back, and they get turned into plants. But that doesn't happen to Despero. He gets like kind of tied up with vines. He doesn't turn into a tree. It kind of annoys me how that picture. It kind of annoys me how uniform all those trees are. Like they just copy and pasted it.
Yeah. And then while that was happening, like, Stewart and Hawk Girl and maybe Wonder Woman or somebody else, or maybe it was Katma, I don't remember. Somebody is down there. They're all like tied up by, I think with the flames or some shit. I don't know. They're ensnared.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, Green Lantern's gonna save the day. He's gonna remember how to do fighting and do Lantern and then save the day. And then it's like, no, it's actually Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, and like he fights Despero. He gets his power back. I guess he stops himself from being killed, but he didn't win the day. It's
like he does all the stuff you would expect, except it just doesn't matter that he did.
Yeah,
he gets out, and then Despero gets defeated by the power of Pytar.
Yeah, I think he was losing, if anything.
Yeah.
What a weird one.
Yeah.
Things I like. I like Keith David. He's one of those actors I just think makes anything better. Although I'm not going to suddenly say that makes Despero an amazing, deep character. He just has a good voice. I like Kilowog. I kind of just put that in as a positive at the last minute. He has a little subplot where he goes to John's apartment, and he's like eating ice cream and shit. It's silly, but He has a little relationship with Flash, which is quite amusing. He's
calling
him a little poozer. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, that was some fun stuff.
I guess Katma's alright. I just kind of wish he was in a better episode. The same,
I don't really...
Same VA as Mei Ling, which when you notice it, you can't unhear it.
Yeah. No, she's cool. The whole episode, I just remember checking out at some point and just being like, man, I kind of hate this. Not like it's actively terrible, just that it was so utterly generic and just boring. I was bored.
Yeah, and Lantern losing his powers, we saw that in Savage Time. Because he's a soldier, so he can still fight, so I kind of like that at least. You know, it's like, I may not have the superpower, but I can still hold my own. I'll kind of like that. But I would like to know if we hadn't already seen that. Also, I feel like it's quite late to be going through the principles of how to work a lantern ring. She's explaining, the principles behind it. Not that we need to know, but it's really dry, I wrote.
Really dry and just retreading territory. Just unnecessary. Just a really unnecessary episode.
Yeah, like the religious stuff could have been interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it just...
I think that's...
We wrote
C.
We wrote low C, which, God, it'll be right next to the other Green Lantern's focused episode.
We just hate him, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. They just don't know what to do with this guy. So I'm just gonna put it there.
Yeah. It's good to me. It's not D, but at least it's not three parts.
It is marginally better than the episode that it reminds us of.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about a much better episode.
Let's talk about a better world. A better world where there are better episodes of the Justice League. Mm-hmm. So this one starts out with Superman. He's been absent for a little while.
Oh yeah.
He was in the last two episodes, or two-parters. I hate that I call it episodes.
Yeah, we still haven't reached a consensus on that. We kind of use them interchangeably. I think every time we use it, we know the context of what we mean. So Superman, how's he getting on? What's he up to at the minute?
Getting pissed off and killing Lex Luthor. Just getting sick of that shit.
Correction, killing President Luthor.
Right, sorry, yes. President Lex Luthor. So, yeah, it's like this in medias res sort of thing where it's like, oh, Lex Luthor is the president and he's done something fucked up. I forget if they actually say what he's done. But
I try not to make too many topical references when we're recording these. But our choice for when we sat down to do this at the minute was we either record these reviews or we play Resident Evil 6 again. Resident Evil 6 starts with Leon killing the president.
Oh my god.
So whatever we're doing, we're going to have a scene of our protagonist killing the president.
Yeah, he's Capcom Superman.
Yeah. Wrong fighting game dev, if we're talking particular versions of Superman. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
So Superman just like gets pissed and is just like, well, it's basically the same thing that they do with Joker sometimes, where he's just like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this unless you kill me. And Superman's like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea, and then just fucking fries him.
Yeah, it sounds like he didn't have much choice. Like, we don't know exactly what President Luthor's been doing, but Luthor's just like, yeah, it doesn't matter what you do, I'm just gonna keep coming back. The only way you can stop me is lethal force. You kind of like better him not doing that. And this is fucked up when Batman of all characters, he's just like, well, it had to be done. Like, oh god. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We've gone in there. This has gone to the deep end.
Yeah, so, spoilers, this is not the Justice League. This is the Justice Lords.
Yeah.
Because it cuts to like what is like a couple of years later, I think, and they're all redesigned now, and they essentially have like a fascist control of the world.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the new president is just like, hey, can we have an election soon? And Superman's just like, no, we'll decide when and if you have elections.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff. It's like they establish a lot with different scenes, like Superman and Lois are not getting along very well because he sucks now.
They have very little to do. Like the biggest troublemakers are college kids who want elections and democracy, and Hulk Girl and Lantern like better break that up. But
yeah,
better put a foot on them. Like, oh
yeah, so they got the police out there shooting tear gas at students, which is the least relatable thing to anything that's happening right now. Anyway, so one thing that is established is that Flash is dead.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
their
kind
version
of
of Flash. He's dead, and I don't think we know why. Just that he is dead.
Luthor killed him, I think is implied.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Or if it's not implied here, it's certainly implied in the future.
Right. So, oh yeah, the synopsis says as much. So, yeah, they find a way to go into another universe or something?
Yeah. Oh, I just want to interrupt before you any further. Just this is a really funny bit where, and Manhunter's just like, there's like a flood or something. It's like, can we help? He's just like, no, everyone's been evacuated. John's just like, oh. He just sounds so upset.
There's just a long pause of just, oh.
But yeah, Batman, who being the isolationist that he is, has just been bored in the Batcave, and he's found another dimension, an alternate reality. And in this one, Luthor's alive. It's fun because the character's just like, we never had a fight like this. Like, you presume it's the past, but it's like, no, this is the present. This is happening right now to them. And it's the old. I mean, we're kind of used to this now, especially like in modern media loves multiverse shit. But it's an alternate. So we then see like our version of the Justice League. And Batman's watching them.
Yeah.
And then they agree, like, oh, their place is a real mess. Like, maybe we should go and help. I think it's partly because they're just bored. They've kind of solved all crime on their own planet, so they're just like, well, help them, I guess. So this is Twisted Metal 3 Outlaw ending. What a great thing that I just referenced. Anyway, so they go into that universe, and they just go to the Justice League, and they're like, because so it's worth mentioning. I think the evil ones, so to speak, are the Justice Lords. Mm-hmm. So that's the way to differentiate them. Yeah.
But yeah, they go in there and they're like, yeah, so we need y'all's help. We got some real bad problems.
Yeah, I think there's like there's a dimensional rift and it's collapsing, so you need to come here before the universe is destroyed. Like, it's some bullshit. So they just go, okay. It's just Jean who walks through, and they're just it's like, oh, okay. And there's a
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Jean's just like, you can't read his mind, or mixed message, he can and he can't. Yeah, he can't and he won't. So.
Oh, right. So yeah, they walk onto the portal, and then suddenly they're in a big device that just electrocutes the hell out of them as they pass out. Because electricity is everyone's weakness.
Yeah, I always love Flash's line here. It's like, hey, don't you guys believe in doors and windows?
And then there was this weird running theme too, where for some reason Hawkgirl is the one person who like resists.
I think it's her mace.
Right? Yeah. Because she like nearly breaks out, and then later on, spoilers, the Justice League pull the same trick on them, and it ends up not working because of their hot girl breaking out, which is interesting.
The Justice Lord Lantern puts her down, whereas the Justice League Lantern is hesitant to do it. And then that hesitation is how she gets out, and then there's a full-blown fight.
Right.
Meanwhile, Doomsday.
Yeah, Doomsday. You remember that guy?
He's here without much fanfare. This very important comic character. I don't know how important in the grand scheme of course, but I know of the death of Superman in the early 90s. I know that amazing game by Blizzard. I think the most repetitive fucking beat 'em up ever made.
That was Blizzard?
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
Oh my god. So, yeah, he just shows up, and I forget if there's even really anything to that other than just...
Well, this is the Justice League universe. So he's attacking the normal Metropolis. And the Justice Lords come through and we're like, well, that's a good place to start, I guess, in fixing up this shitty universe. So we then get the Justice Lords versus Doomsday.
I remember what the actual consequence of that fight is, though. Like, is it just a thing for them to do?
Pretty much. I'm hesitant to do spoilers. No, I won't do spoilers.
No, we don't care about spoilers.
But he's... No, I mean, for you in the future.
Oh, for future.
For you.
Yeah, sure.
But,
sure.
Yeah,
sure.
We'll skip that for now. But he's just attacking the city. You probably shouldn't do that.
For the sake of this episode, yeah, it's just like, here's action so the Justice Lords can do something, I guess.
Yeah, and it's some good fighting, but the most important part is how the fight concludes. It ends with Lord Superman lobotomizes Doomsday with his heat vision.
Oh, right, that's right.
Doomsday's quite a ticket. He's voiced by Michael J. White from The Dark Knight. You know, the enough from the clown guy. So he's like, Superman basically reduces him to the level of articulation you'd expect from Doomsday. Like, he's like, I came to test this world, and then he like gets lobotomized. He's like,
So yeah, that's a running theme in this episode because part of this does involve the Justice League in the other universe just exploring around, and they end up visiting Arkham.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to Arkham Asylum, and there's a bunch of cameos. You get Poison Ivy, Joker. You see a bunch of other characters in the background, and they all have the little dots in their forehead, indicating that they've all been lobotomized by Superman.
Yeah. So
they're all like very docile and just kind of distant.
Yeah.
So, and then they get out by what Flash. This is interesting. Like, he speeds up his heart so much that it looks like it's flatlining.
Yeah.
And then you press the wrong button, and then it closed the player. And I was like, all right, well, he's dead.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
Yeah. Use the hard pill trick from MGS3. The fake death pill. One of my favorite parts of that scene is you usually expect Batman to be the one who gets up, but it's what's the word? The jailer is Justice Lord Batman, and he basically says, our Batman says, I'm not going to come up with anything. Flash is just like, you're not going to come up with a plan? He's just like, no, like, I'm not going to come up with anything, because he's literally thought of everything. He's me. So it's up to Flash to come up, because he's like sort of they don't have a Flash, he's like the wild card here. So it's Batman.
This is pretty neat.
I love Batman's attitude here. He's just like, don't you mean not gonna come up with a plan? He goes, no, I mean I'm not. Like, oh.
You haven't come up with one yet, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to come up with one at all.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Flash is using every single possible number combination on the keypad, and then Batman just gives a number, and I'm pretty sure that it's like the date of his comic debut.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it was very clearly a date.
Like 1939.
Yeah. So, yeah. Then there's
Hawkgirl's in Arkham because she got injured, so she actually she wasn't just taken prisoner. She needs medical help, and they figure out that that's when they go to Arkham. Arkham is a hospital. I kind of forget that it is
right. Yeah.
It's a prison / hospital, so that's why they go to reverse Arkham, which is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, good Batman confronts evil Batman, and it's like a fight, but it's more of a battle of morality, the battle of moral code, where the Justice Lord Batman he does point out that there is no crime anymore, but our Batman's just like, yeah, but there's also no freedom and blah 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 blah, what you'd expect. And then I think that culminates in Lord Batman saying, yes, but we've created a world where no kid's parents would be ever taken out by some punk with a gun. And then our Batman just goes, oh, you win. So he thinks. Later on, again, I'm trying not to do the old plot structure, how we used to do these, but later on, driving around in the Batmobile during the day, which is always a funny thing to see Batman during the day, and he's like obeying traffic. Lord Batman says, you're going to enforce the small laws, so Batman just stops at a traffic light. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, the small laws. Also, Mark Hamill's pissed off because he was overcharged for his meal. He gets hauled away in a police.
Right, yeah. Some rando who is also Mark Hamill.
Yeah, but then basically Batman just says, "Oh, they'd love it here, wouldn't they?" He goes, "Who? Mom and Dad? They'd be so proud of you." And he just goes, "Just drive." So. They have a fight at Arkham. They get Hawkgirl, and then Lord Batman shows up. They get surrounded by the military police, whatever. Lord Batman tells him to stand down. Superman says, well, even I was fooled. I really thought you were him. And he just goes, I am him. We didn't see his face turn. That happened off screen. It's a good moment.
Yeah.
Can you tell how much more we enjoy this over the last episode? Because we said we're not going to do it beat by beat. But if we really enjoy it, we kind of just like, then there's a great scene. Then there's a great scene. Whereas the Despero just like, they have a fight or something. I don't know. See?
Yeah. So, I do want to get to the concluding fight, though, where there's a big Justice League versus Justice Lord battle.
Mm-hmm.
And it culminates in they tag in and assist, the Justice League does.
Mm-hmm.
They get Lex Luthor to help.
Yeah.
He has... Because I think, part of it was he was building this...
Oh, right. Was that the thing in the... Yeah, I didn't really think about that. That's the thing from the start of part 1. I didn't even figure that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, he has this laser gun that I think just sends them back.
No, it takes their powers away.
Oh, right. That's it. Yeah.
They just get straight up arrested.
That's right. So, then, it was Superman who was basically like, we're gonna trust Lex Luthor to deal with this, and Luthor zaps them all and basically saves the day. And he's like, well, as long as you hold up your end of the bargain, then, we're good. So,
and Lord Superman is pissed. He's like, anything he does now is your fault. He's just like, well, it's better than you being in charge.
And Lex gets a pardon. That's his end of the deal. So he's a clean slate.
And then he has an announcement to make at the very end. He's he's going to run for president. So you're like, uh-oh. Yeah. Worked out well for the other one. So I didn't really think about it much of the time, but it's just like, that is the catalyst for becoming the Justice Lord. So that is not good. So it's almost like I don't know what the term for that is. By pardoning him, they resolve the Lords, but then might be on a path somewhere. It's a good ending.
Well, yeah, they're trying to avoid the future that they ended up creating.
Yeah.
So, theoretically. the episode does not end with implying that the Justice Lords are actually going to happen. But
no. But...
anyway, that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we didn't say it, but it's basically Injustice. Kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh right, yeah, because that was just like, we have to kill Joker because he's just going to keep doing this.
Yeah. Well, I meant maybe just kind of the evil Justice League, but yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay, so we wrote low A, high B again.
That's A.
Yeah, that's A.
Yeah, that's definitely better than Paradise Lost.
So here,
sure.
Maybe one up.
Actually, one up. Yeah, one up. Sure.
Okay.
Next to the confusingly named Injustice Fool.
Yeah.
The one that's like Injustice.
Yeah, the Injustice Guild or whatever they're called. And then the Justice Lords.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Episodes 13 and 14, Eclipsed. This one is an adaptation of the Mugen full game, The Black Heart. There's this gem inside of a cave somewhere. It's just labeled cave for some reason, no idea. And there's just a weird guy guarding it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his name?
Bob the Goon. No, I don't know.
Well, we didn't write any appearances down, apparently, so...
Whoops.
Yeah. There's not really a character in this other than that guy who I don't know.
He actually says his name out loud a couple of times, so I can't remember.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy he speaks in the third person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I'd be damned if I remember his damn name. Oh well. There's like some military guys are in there. I'm forgetting why, or I think they're looking for somebody. But
yeah, like a warlord or something.
Yeah. They chase him into this sort of small structure, and inside it is just this little black or purple stone, that gemstone that is it has the ability to mind control people. Like it's actually very vague how it works, because whenever someone has it, they're suddenly like mind controlled, and their memories are very vague as to what they do and don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not sure if it's full mind control or if it's just that they can't control them. I don't know. It's very strange. But like one of the guys gets the thing, and then he shoots like everybody else, and then just kind of wanders off.
And they get
the one running theme
is Mofir is his name, by the way.
Oh yeah,
he's like the guardian.
Mofir?
Mofir. He's the guardian of the stone.
Yeah. So Mofir is trying to he's just trying to keep it in place, and then the guy gets away with it. There's like the one running theme, which is anybody who has it starts whistling this tune.
Yeah.
Which I think is part of the ritual that made it or something. This episode almost seems like one of the weaker ones because a lot of this is kind of arbitrary and not that interesting. It's just like a society of snake people in ancient times, like just ate this gem through magic, and it has the ability to mind control people, kind of, I guess.
It's like the spirits of these snake people go into your mind, is what they say.
Yeah,
it's basically possession by, like, Legion.
But there's a lot of interesting stuff does happen. There's this amusing subplot, I guess, with the Flash having a brand deal.
Yeah.
Like, being a sellout.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty good.
It's just, yeah. Like, at one point, because he's like showing, of course, it's Jon Stewart, He's just like, check out all this cool stuff I got. I got this van, and reference to having sex in the back of it. And then someone, there was the guy on TV. Is that the one where this is the guy on TV who's just like shitting on them?
Yeah, like selling out. Was it Godfrey? Yeah, Godfrey.
Yeah.
And he's like this sort of, what do you call, like, a sensationalist kind of.
Yeah, he's just like, he's got his little talk show essentially, and he's just harping on the Justice League. He keeps calling him the Just Us League.
Yeah.
And so Flash gets pissed off about it because I think that he starts making fun of the brand deal stuff.
Yeah.
And so he just runs over and then shows up in the guy's studio.
Yeah, like, and then the Lantern is just like, no. Like, oh no.
And of course it goes south.
Yeah, like Lantern says, look, we need to be above all that. So Flash goes on TV and says, yeah, we're above all that. And it's just like, no.
Yeah, and he makes things worse, of course. So, and a lot of that is very fun. It's not like super important. There's just this running theme of the Justice League being just kind of hated on by this guy.
Yeah.
And so while that's happening, there's a bunch of scenes of like the guy with the black heart he breaks into like a military base, and then he gets subdued, and then I think the general or something ends up taking the heart, and now he's possessed and he's acting weird.
I do want to highlight a bit that I like when they're just going along in the Jeep, and then this guy, like the initial guy who gets possessed, just pulls out the guy's gun and he goes, how many mammals would this kill? And the other guy just goes, we knock it off.
Yeah. Oh, Burns, yeah.
Yeah, Burns, Hey, Mr. Burns.
Yeah, so it's this thing is like, oh, he gets subdued, and then he doesn't remember anything that happens when they start questioning about it. And then the general is just like, hey, how would was it like he asked how he can get the Justice League's attention or something? Yeah,
so he's watching like he's walking past the TV and Godfrey is on, and he says, well, the Justice League are so powerful, they could just choose to end the world if they wanted to, or something along those lines. And then the general's just like, interesting. How would someone, and he calls them, how would someone contact this Just Us League? And then the other guy just goes, put on a gaudy costume and threaten to hurt a lot of people. And goes, very good, thank you.
So the next time you see him, he's wearing this silly-ass costume where he's like Moon Man.
Yeah.
And he's just... so he just takes that advice literally. He actually does it. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, to his credit, it works. So, the same thing happens, but now it's Wonder Woman. She ends up taking the gem, and the guy is, like, being questioned, and he's like, I don't remember anything. And Wonder Woman's just very, like, stone-faced, just not even reacting.
I want to,
it winds...
Yeah. Yeah, I want to quickly mention, like the weird stuff about, like, the memories, though, because apparently this guy knows the military hierarchy and what his, like, rank is, and he's like, thank you, Lieutenant or Major or whatever, but he apparently also doesn't know what a nuke is. It's just kind of odd what they do and don't know. You know?
Yeah, like the guy with the gun is just like, what do you think this gun can do? It's like, what? Oh yeah, that's why he goes to the base, is because he's looking for a nuke, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the military anyway, so he was just expected to go there, I guess. So he got a ride back. I don't know. He wants to hurt as many...
This episode's oddly comedic now that I think about it. Between like that, the Godfrey subplot and the Blackheart being like, what? How do I do this? And it's like, oh well, what if you had a nuke? He's like, well, that sounds good to me. Yeah, it's weird, but so a lot of that is like kind of strange and not like amazing. But part 2 has a really good, like a lot of part 2 is really, really good because it ends up making its way to the satellite, their headquarters. What is it called properly?
The Watchtower.
Watchtower, yeah. So he gets up there, and then some shenanigans happen, and eventually they figured out, it's like, oh, we got to destroy this thing.
Yeah, Wonder Woman gets it, and there's like a bit that's kind of like the Thing, where like they can't see it anymore. So like Wonder Woman had it for a while. Oh, I guess we should mention that Flash meets what's his face, Mofir attacks. Yeah, Mofir attacks Lantern and Flash. It deals with them quite easily, honestly, considering the superheroes. I mean, he's quite skilled, but they go down kind of easy. He confronts Wonder Woman, who's the one currently possessed. And of course, Lantern and Flash don't know what's going on, so they interrupt. He's going to use his gem to drive the snakes out. So Mofir goes to the mental asylum, and Flash is about to leave, and then he gives like a same quote that like forever mankind in darkness, forever eclipsed, or something like that. And he's like, oh, I've heard that's what the crazy guy said. That's what Mr. Moonman said earlier. What's going on? So he gives the story that there used to be a war between snake people and prehistoric humans. The snake people knew they were going to lose, so the last remaining snake people put their souls into this black heart, and Mofir's like ancestors are the ones who guard it. So there's two ways to deal with it. You either use the gem of bright light to drive the snakes out because they hate light apparently, or you separate host head from body. So that's the options. Yeah. And then so we go back to the Watchtower, and the last we saw of it was Wonder Woman had it. So there's this little bit of like it's a bit like the Thing, where Flash is trying to explain to everyone what's going on, and they're like, "Oh, Wonder Woman, you alright? Don't make any sudden moves." And she's like, "What?" And then they're going to use the Mofir's gem. It's basically like the blood test scene from the Thing. Everyone's lined up for the test. They see footage of Manhunter sabotaging the Javelin, which is like, I don't remember doing that. And then, just like the Thing, just while the attention is drawn on one person, Lantern comes from the side and smashes it. No, he doesn't smash it, he starts a fight.
Yeah, I mean, like, the long and short of it is that, like, they establish the gem as, like, the solution to the other gem, but it almost immediately gets crushed, and it's just like, oh, well, that's gone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The Mr. Freeze... We call that the Mr. Freeze gun moment.
Yeah. Part of the plot is that they're going to fire something into the sun because, they hate the light, so it's going to erase the sun or something. This is like a last-minute thing that just gets resolved kind of half-heartedly.
Well, I mean, it was set up, though. It was set up, but that's the thing the Major was showing off at the military side. Yeah. So it basically, like, it de-nukes nukes, and then if you use it on the sun, it'll basically just stop the sun. That's not good. So they get into a fight, and then Flash is like, obviously, nobody touched that when the crystal falls to the ground. And then Hawk Girl goes, nobody will touch it ever again. She fucking smashes it with the mace. Flash dodges the shards, and she's like, geez, that was a bit reckless. And then he looks, and everyone's embedded with the shards of the crystal of the Dark Heart. Like, oh.
Everyone's sparkly, and all of them are mind controlled now.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of this part is a fight between Flash and the entirety of the mind controlled Justice League.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rad.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just a lot of fun. They're basically zombies, and I think it really helped this episode actually become decent.
He Flash more as well. He does a good job here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So there's he ends up beating them with a giant spotlight in like the power room or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck this thing was.
No, I don't know.
It just shines a big like fucking bat signal on them, and they're just like, and then they're just back to normal. And then, oh shit, the sun's gonna erase the sun. And so they're like, okay, we have this thing that makes a black hole that sucks up all the negative stuff from the sun.
Yeah.
And then Flash and Lantern do their thing and stop it. Like, Lantern just makes a big... road.
At least our protagonist character actually is the one who wins the day. You know, not just in stopping them, but also he's also the one who deals with the crisis by running real fast.
Yeah, he runs on Lantern's ring road thing all the way to the sun, and then they suck up the something another, and then the day is saved. Yay!
Yeah, and Godfrey's show he lost his sponsors. Fuck him.
It's like everyone realized that the Justice League is important. They saved the fucking world, the universe.
Yeah.
And he's like just in like a little room with nobody there anymore.
Yeah.
Now and
Mo Figures his sponsorship.
Oh right, yeah. That ends with the him getting the commercial that Flash was getting all pissed off at. So, that episode was mixed, but we liked it enough.
I like it, yeah. It's fun.
We wrote low B.
Right, I need to get a good look at what's on B, because I think... honestly, I'd put that at the top of B. I don't know why it's low. I prefer it to most of those. It's not quite A, but...
Yeah.
I don't know why it's low. I like it. Like the comedy plot is pretty good. Like the him having an agent, Brian Doyle Murray, is pretty good. The zombie bit at the end. I quite like the possession thing. The only thing that lets it down is how inconsistent the possession is. But I still like it more than those other B episodes. But it's not A.
Yep. That's fine. I agree with that.
Mm.
All right. Episodes 15 and 16. The Terror Beyond. Where does this start out? The long and short of it is that Solomon Grundy gets recruited by Aquaman and Dr. Fate.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, hey, we need your help, and Grundy is like, what? They're like, we can get you money, and he's like, yeah, sure.
Grundy
and then he
gold.
gets, and he suddenly becomes. Well, you get some impression that like they can get his soul back or something.
So he learns his he learns his origin. So Doctor Strange can see into his mind or his history or whatever, and he explains he was once a criminal. Kind of looks like 20s, 30s. It's a little vague. He was a nasty man who loved gold. He's called Cyrus Gold. And then he pissed off the wrong gang, who cursed him and then threw him into a swamp. And Fate says something along the lines of that erased your soul. And Grundy's just like, oh, I want my soul back. So then he goes like, oh, here's some gold. I don't care about gold. Oh, Grundy wants his soul back. So, yeah, it has this like vague idea that it's going to give him his soul back. So he's just like, oh, well, Grundy help you. So, yeah.
Like Fate says something like, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, he didn't promise anything.
Like, good enough.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a half-hearted, empty kind of promise. Just like, yeah, we need your help. Also, like Aquaman is in full-blown kind of brooding mode. No, I've got a kingdom to save. I'm in a hurry. Stop wasting my time. And there's like the subplot of the Justice League trying to figure out why the hell... Because Aquaman... The military were attacking Grundy, and as there's repeated reference to this, Grundy is like the equivalent to the Incredible Hulk in more ways than one, and he's being attacked by basically Thunderbolt Ross, like just a military dude with a mustache, like it's clearly a reference. Aquaman attacks the military to get Grundy, so Thunderbolt Ross is like pissed off to the leagues. It's like, why do your guy attack us? And like, Aquaman's not our guy. So they just investigating what the hell Aquaman's up to. So the whole girl's very rude to the Queen of Atlantis. It's all a little vague. Like we're deliberately withheld. They don't tell the audience what's going on. So we're kind of learning alongside the League. It goes on a bit, but the important thing is there's a kick-ass fight scene. So they find out they find out it's Dr. Fate's organising this. I think Fate was in a Superman episode. I think so. Superman knows him, so they go to confront him. I did put as a negative here. There's a lot of just they don't explain shit. They're just like, we don't have time to explain. You know, like you don't interrupt, but we can't explain what's happening. Let's fight. Like there's quite a bit of that, which normally would bother me more, but thankfully it results in like a series of kick-ass fights. So I'm a bit more forgiving of it.
This episode is like big on just really cool looking fights. Like I don't know what it is, particularly part 1 is like there's a Aquaman versus Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Superman versus Grundy, I believe.
Yeah, in Egypt. They all go to like whisked off to interesting places. Well, 2 of them.
Oh yeah. And like the fights are just really cool. Like it's some of the best action that we've seen in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it is the best action we've seen in this show. It's really good. And it's all just because they were just like, you're doing something wrong, and he's just like, I don't have time to tell you this, I'm just gonna fight you.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's like, oh, actually we could have just told you what we were doing, and you know would have been cool with it.
There is one small thing though. It does involve this sacrifice of Grundy and like Wonder Woman and I think maybe Superman. Just like you can't just sacrifice him. Like that's not cool. But it is mostly just there was no time to explain. You know, like they could have just sat down and talked. But never mind.
So what it's like they're gonna use him as a sacrifice to Icthulu or Ictulu?
It's Cthulhu. It's just fucking Cthulhu. Yeah, that's just it's a big like squid god. It's from another dimension.
Yeah.
Itchy. Yeah.
Yeah. So Itchy is just like is Cthulhu, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice Grundy to him to appease him, and they're like, well, you can't do that. Why don't we just go kick his ass so we'll stop doing whatever he's doing.
I think it's like a temporary solution as well. So just like, yeah, that would be better, honestly. Just stop it once and for all. Also, just quickly mention that there's like a theme of faith in this. That's the theme for today's episode. And Wonder Woman, it turns out that Ithulu, or whatever, was worshipped on Thanagar as a god. And then eventually they stopped believing in it, and they basically became atheists, I think they say. So they kicked him out, I think she says. So she's familiar with Ithulu, and she knows like some of the rituals and stuff involving him. Also, I need to ask you, because I don't know if this is something I just know having seen this previously, or if it is actually brought up in this episode. I can't remember. But her mace actually disrupts magic. I forget if that actually was stated in this episode.
I think it was, yeah.
Okay, right. I was just checking that wasn't
just
mentioned here. Okay, yeah, it's made of nth metal. So she's like super powerful here because of her mace, whereas Superman is debuffed to hell, because he's weak to magic.
Yeah.
So.
I would say the rest of this is just a lot of action, but it's really good.
A lot of surrealist imagery.
They go into the fucking Cthulhu dimension to fight off, just kick this thing's ass and kill it. Aquaman goes back to Earth to defend Atlantis, but a bunch of shit starts getting through. These fishy-looking demons, or whatever you want to call them. The old ones, I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of just action. Hot Girl has some sort of history with this thing, so she's very dedicated to killing it. And Grundy gets to have, I don't know, purpose.
Yeah,
he fights alongside them. He's a hero in this.
Yeah,
even though he's kind of he's a big dumb guy. He's kind of silly, but
he's likable.
Just yeah. He's just like, I want my soul back, and he fucking he like dives inside of its brain, like he's inside of its head, and is just like wrecking shit, trying to kill it. And there's a lot of fighting, and then it culminates in Grundy making a sacrifice to kill this thing.
Yeah.
And
he dies. Out. Yeah, he dies.
He fucking dies. They give him like a proper burial and like send off at the end of the episode. Like they fucking killed him off.
Yeah, it's like a heart-wrenching kind of sad death scene for Solomon Grundy.
Yeah,
and Hawkgirl
get
is
emotional about it.
And Hawkgirl is just starting to get to know him. Is crying. There's also a really touching bit where he goes like, "Will Grundy get his soul back?" And like, obviously, like Hawkgirl doesn't believe in the idea of a soul, and like she ponders for a second. She's like, "I don't believe it," and then she just goes, "Yes, you'll get your soul back," and then he dies happy. Like, it's quite touching. It's good.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but good.
And that's that. I mean, it's kind of breaking it down simply, but that's...
I'm hoping you get a nice image when you do this edit to his grave. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, we wrote A. It's really good.
Yeah. Like the action in part 1, and then like that death scene's really good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so, yeah.
I'm surprised at how good this episode is, because it's really just, they get together and they fight Cthulhu because, I don't know, he's a bastard, but no, it's really good.
Yeah.
So, where do we put that? Here, there.
Yeah, that looks about right to me, yeah. No, that looks good.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Alright. Episode 1718. Secret Society. Oh boy.
Shade is...
I've been watching...
What were you watching?
No, it was just like the fucking YTP again. This fucking episode.
Don't think of that, it's going to confuse things.
I mean, what's going to happen to them when they get a sandwich? So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this is Shades just doing his thing. You know, that guy who's known for just being
part of these gangs.
Yeah, these villain gangs that don't turn out too well. And then he gets recruited into another villain gang.
I love
Spoilers,
how
it doesn't go too well.
I love how self-aware he is. He's just like... So it's being run by Grodd, and he's just like, look, these things don't work. I've done it twice, depending in a different order, depending on how you're watching these.
Yeah, the very ending is just him just being like, I knew this wasn't going to work. I knew it. Damn it.
Shade is like the most relatable guy here.
Yeah, it's great. So this is kind of just another like villain team up episode, which I almost like, I say that like it's kind of dumb, but I mean they're all pretty good. So
yeah,
this one's not bad either. So
yeah.
So this is Shade, Giganta, Killer Frost, Sinestro, Parasite, and eventually Clayface.
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing. Like their first big assignment, I believe, is just they break Clayface out of whatever they got him in barrels in some mansion somewhere.
Yeah, some like criminal kind of. I don't know. Some guy just has him as part of his collection. It's like he just collects shit, including Clayface.
This is the second Ron Perlman character this season. The first one being Orion from Twilight. But yeah, and I don't know which of these characters have appeared before this. Like, I'm sure Sinestro.
He has.
Actually, no, I'm not sure.
No, he has.
Okay,
pretty sure
he has. Like there was a Green Lantern episode. So
Parasite definitely has. Killer Frost, I don't think so, and Giganta, I don't think so either.
Right.
Giganta we don't learn much about, other than apparently she used to be an ape. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what that's about. He just goes, here's a picture of her when she was young. It's just a picture of like a chimp. It's just like, what? Like, she's just like, huh?
I missed that.
Yeah. Carry on.
The big thing of this episode is just that the villains end up working together pretty well in spite of just being a bunch of random dudes. And the Justice League are having some communication troubles.
Yeah.
Like, their cooperation is very spotty. And so Green Lantern is like, hey, we need to start doing some training. Like, doing, like, boot camp, essentially. And they're just like, what the fuck?
Smashing Zeta.
Oh, right, yeah. A lot of they have, like, this Wild West training area for some reason. And
yeah, I guess it's just like a ghost town, so they just converted it, I guess.
Oh, sure, yeah. And a lot of the dummies are just the old design of Zeta.
Yeah.
Like the one with the boomerang head, which was, like, they show up a lot, too, so it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Makes in-world sense as well, I guess, though. Like, they're mass-produced.
Right, yeah. I mean, they were produced by fucking, what's-his-face? Bennett. So I don't know. I don't know where they got them from, but either way. Yeah, so it's just a lot of, like, the villains are getting away with all the stuff that they're doing. They get Clayface, and meanwhile the Justice League are just getting more and more frustrated with each other because they're annoyed by the boot camp stuff. Batman just doesn't show up.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I'm not doing that. Call me whenever you have something serious going on. And I think they just break up. I think it's like the end of part 1. They're just like, man, this sucks, and they just all leave.
Yeah, they do fight the. They fight the. I don't even know what they're called. Just Secret Society.
Right. Yeah.
And they actually lose, and that's kind of the catalyst for them actually breaking up. They're just like, we had better odds, and we still lost. Oh yeah, and Grodd has been like spying on them as well. And he's been
the drums.
He's been subtle, so he has like mental powers since his accident with the Flash. It's now innate to him. He doesn't need a helmet or whatever. And he says he's been subtly like influencing their moods, making them kind of. He's been like nudging them to falling out. But it's also clear that it isn't just mind control, though. They are actually getting knocked with each other. They are losing their patience with each other. He's just kind of nudging that along slightly. There's a bit at the end where Flash is just like, oh, that was just mind control, wasn't it? And they're just like, no, we meant every word. So, I like that. But he's been spying on them and he's seeing them deteriorate. It's and one thing I like about the society being more organised is that it is a contrast to Luthor's group. Now, I think Luthor's group was way more interesting because they were bickering, but it is a good way to, it's not just a repeat of the Injustice episode, Like, they are very much a different group.
There's not a lot going on with the villain group, they just are cooperating, and then that's kind of the end of it.
Yeah, Grodd knows they have motivations beyond just money. If you just throw money at them, it doesn't work. So.
Right,
there's a bit where Batman says "Yo." Clayface impersonates Flash. He goes, "Looks like I didn't need your help after all, yo." Batman just electrocutes him, and Clayface is just like, "What gave me away?" He says, "You overplayed your part, yo."
Yeah. There's some good back and forth there. Like, what it ends up culminating in is they all get captured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Grodd has them all at like the Super Bowl, and they're all in like these containers.
Should be mentioned. The last one they get is Jean, who's frozen. He's tussling with Clayface, and then Killer Frost like freezes it. So
yeah, and so they're all there, and I think it's like, okay, Clayface, hit the button to kill them or do something, and Clayface fucking destroys a thing, and I'm just like, from the beginning, whenever I saw the two tussling, I'm like, it's going to turn out that they swap places.
Yeah.
Because they both have, like, they can morph into each other, and they were purposely doing that to throw each other off, and I'm like, it's going to turn out that that's Jean, isn't it? And sure enough.
Yeah.
So they accidentally froze Clayface.
Yeah.
So then they all get freed, and then there's just a big fight in the on the football field. And it's just fun.
Yeah, it's not really thoughtful, but there's nothing really clever going on, it's just fighting. But it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And there's like spectators, like it's a fucking gladiatorial arena.
Right. So, and then that's where it ends up, where they start slowly losing, and then Shade is just like, I'm done. This sucks. I knew this wasn't gonna work.
I love his voice as well. I knew it. He tries.
I knew it.
He learns martial arts to sort of like, so he can actually somewhat hold his own against Batman when he loses his stick, which is kind of inevitable for him. He goes, I've learned a few things. And then he goes to, like, punch, and then he just ends up hitting Superman and breaking his hand. I want to give a quick mention how much less of a jobber Superman is in this season as well. Like, when he shows off, like, people are actually scared of him. And he doesn't really go down without good reason. You know, if it's like someone like a Mazo or something actually worthwhile. So, Superman, they learnt their lesson. He also doesn't look old anymore. They
redesigned him. They got rid of one detail to make it not look like he's tired all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, they handle him being superpowered a lot better, where, like, the scenarios just make a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. Like, and, like, the Amazo thing is really good, where they're asking him, like, you can't show up, you can't copy your powers, because that'll be a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the writing's a lot better in that regard.
Yeah, you emphasize that he's the most powerful of the group as well, like, even just mentioning that. And there's a lot less of him just flying into a fight and then just immediately going, Ugh!
It's just funny because he got captured in the first episode of the season, but, it's fine.
Whatever.
That was Superman specific with Brainiac and Darkseid, so hey.
Yeah.
Anyway, that episode, Secret Society, we wrote B. Again, this one is better than most of the ones we have in B, so it probably, if it's not an A, then it should at least be at the top here, I think.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's substantial enough to get into A, but it's just good. It's just fun. All right. So, episodes 19 and 20, Hereafter. Mm-hmm. This one has this very unconventional start, where a gang of different supervillains from different series join together to...
I think they're all from Superman, to be fair.
Are they?
I think they're literally all are Superman. They hate Superman. Every one of those debuted in Superman.
I thought Weather Wizard was a Flash villain.
Yeah, but he debuted in an episode of Superman, the animated series.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, in this.
Oh, so yeah,
I'm sure he probably is a Flash villain. Oh no, I remember that one. That was the crossover episode with the Flash. So that was Superman the animated series, but with the one with the Flash in it. So yeah, that explains why he was a villain. But yeah, all these characters hate Superman.
Okay. Okay. So it still is a bunch of supervillains teaming up together, which felt a very like, are we really doing this again? But they make up for it. It's fine. It's just very funny.
It's not the focus. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Metallo, Calabac, Weather Wizard, Toyman, and our favorite Livewire, because of course she's there, and she sounds fucking way different, and it's really distracting.
It's Hawkgirl doing the voice, it's really obvious.
She sounds like one of the fake Harleys from Joker's Millions.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. G.
Mr. G.
The fucking...
Yeah, with the exception of Michael Dorn as Calibac, I guess he's a worker. Everyone here's recast, and they're all Corey Burton. So Metallo, Weather Wizard, and Toyman are all voiced by the dude who usually voices Brainiac. So everyone apart from Caliban was recast. I don't know why, and it's particularly weird in the DCAU because they very rarely do that. But here they're doing it with 5 characters at once. It's strange. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I mean, they mostly get away with it. Corey Burton's impersonations are pretty good. I think I wouldn't have guessed that unless I looked it up. And again, it also helps it's been a while since I've heard those Superman characters. Although, LifeWire sounds very different.
Yeah, it was distracting because that was the one that freshest in my memory.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really matter though because they're in very little of this.
This is an interesting fact about the episode.
Yeah. The whole thing with them is that they're just they start a big fight, and I believe multiple people are there, but Toyman has this big robot, this CG looking monstrosity that there's some really poorly aged CG in this show.
Yeah, they've figured some shit out. We've come a long way since the Sub-Zero movie. I say we've come a long way. No, we haven't. We haven't come as far as we should have. They're relying on it more, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this fucking Transformers ass toy that he's got that can shoot big energy shots that seem to be extremely powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is because I don't, we didn't watch that show and I don't remember much about it, but he just has this big toy robot and it shoots energy that sends people through time or sends just entire chunks of whatever it hits through time.
Yeah, we don't realise that until part 2, but as far as we can tell, it's just vaporizing just giant chunks. So they do the kind of, like the Terminator time bubble thing where everything that was in the blast radius is just kind of cut off. It's that effect, which I've always been a fan of. And yeah, Superman gets hit by it, point blank. He's gone.
Yeah, I think he saves somebody and then gets hit in the process, if I remember correctly. But
according to the screenshot, it looks like he's tanking a hit for Batman and Wonder Woman. He's like, which makes sense. He's probably just I don't know what this is, but I can probably tank it until he can't.
Yeah. So they think that he's been vaporized and that he's just dead. And a lot of part 1 is just dealing with the fallout of believing Superman's dead.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's a cool what-if scenario. Without it just being a dream. Because this is all canon. This is all happening.
Yes. So there's their funeral for him. It's very emotional. This episode is... I wouldn't be surprised... I probably isn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that this episode is the one with the most, characters in it. The most cameos.
God,
because,
it might be.
Holy shit, this episode has so many fucking cameos in it. From all the villains in the intro to, every Superman character at his funeral. There's just so many references to other
that
stuff.
pervert's there at the funeral.
Yeah, that guy's there. Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane,
Luthor.
Lex.
Yeah.
I stopped writing them down at some point because there were just so many.
I will say, Justice League Unlimited probably tops this several times, but for this point in the show, yeah, man, we couldn't possibly write all these characters down. It's insane.
Yeah, and it just keeps going because I remember writing it down twice. Oh my god, there's even more cameos, but and then, who would show up but...
They're looking for a replacement, yeah. They start talking about replacements.
And then someone's ears are burning, and it's fucking Lobo. He fucking just crashes the watchtower, and is like, alright guys, you got your new Superman right here. And they're just like, no!
One of them says, you're no Superman, he gives the lady say otherwise.
Of course.
Oh yeah, my favourite bit here is he wears the morning band as a headband.
Oh right, yeah. He's so good.
He's not exactly
he's just there to...
sensitive. No, Superman's pushing up daisies.
Oh right, yeah. He's at one point he says because he ended up actually fighting alongside them because they're just like, we got shit to do, and he's just tagging along, and he's just like, man, you don't even need Superman here with me around, and they're all sad.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of levity to what is otherwise very serious.
Yeah, it's also that he mentions having saved Superman's life once, and that's that episode of Superman that was brought up in the Batman Beyond debut of the Justice League, if you remember, with the Collector. So, you can watch the TCAU. That's a very important episode, it seems.
He gets referenced twice.
Yeah.
Which, it feels like it's just a random episode, I imagine, in context, but...
It's like a two-parter. It's the Lobo two-parter. That's what it is.
Yeah. So, yeah, they had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so they're just kind of doing that, and it's just kind of silly on top of this very serious thing. And then that's a lot of part one, and I think they eventually show Superman in part one, but a lot of part two is, or no, I think it actually might just start. Part two starts with Superman.
I think the stinger, the cliffhanger for part one is showing that Superman is still alive.
Okay, yeah, but a lot of part two is almost exclusively like what Superman is doing.
Yeah.
So they're completely different feeling episodes or parts, but they're both really good. So part two is Superman got transported into the future somehow. It
said later on that idiot Toyman didn't even realize what he'd made. It was basically like a time portal.
So yeah, the stuff he was obliterating, it was actually sending it through time, and so you see like this like red barren landscape with huge chunks of city, like scattered about, including where Superman is, and the sun is blocked out.
Yeah, it's like a red sun. Yeah, like the Earth. Yeah.
So, and that's of course where he gets his powers from is the yellow sun. So he's more or less just a guy now, and
he's just man.
He's just man, and the episode becomes a lot of him just surviving in the wilderness, where there's just nobody around, other than like these like mutant wolves. It's very Fallout, I guess.
It's very it's probably like the gamer in me thinking this, but it feels so much like a survival game. He has to gather resources at the start based on the things that got teleported to this time, like the chunks of city. There's like a car, fuel cans. He gets what he can, and then he sets off. It feels so much like a video game.
He's got this like Cadillac, and then he's just driving around in the landscape with just like the amount of food and water that he could scrounge up. He's like eating random plants, and he gets in a big fight with wolves, or these wolf creatures. I think he tames one of them. Or no, he kills like the leader.
Yeah, the top dog.
And he skins it and turns it to a cape.
Yeah, it's good, that.
He grows like a big beard, and he just it's wild. It's just a complete.
It's so different to anything else. This episode really sticks out in my memory.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. So he finds... Oh, yeah, he's got, like, the earpiece or something from, like, Justice League, and it's giving off, like, a radio signal. And the closer he gets to something, like, the more it beeps. So he's using it like a beacon. Yeah, so he's like, the watchtower is somewhere over here. And so he's making his way towards that, and then he finds it, and it's just, like, broken into pieces on the ground.
Yeah, like
it's just... Yeah. It's very clearly like no one's. He doesn't find anybody.
I think he's on. Time, and that's when I forget if he realizes. Yeah, he realizes it's Earth. Like he gets told that, but he's figured it out by this point. It's like
right, yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. So the League's all missing. We don't know what's going on, and then who shows up?
Vandal Savage.
Our favorite.
Again.
Yeah.
They love him in this show for some reason. I guess because he's immortal, they can do fun stuff with him. But
well, this is the best use of him. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, we didn't like either of the other 2 episodes he's appeared in, but we like this one. So yeah, he's the last guy alive.
Yeah,
because
the Omega Man.
He's immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you get here? And you're just like, the old-fashioned way. I'm immortal. I waited.
Yeah. And then he's also a little goofy too. He kind of just is talking normal, and then he goes, "We should go to my house.
Yeah.
I should show you where I live." Like, he's like kind of subtly just showing his insanity.
Yeah, he's cracked a little bit. He says something like, "You've got to read books, otherwise you'll go mad. You've got to stay busy, otherwise you'll go mad." Like, it's just the smallest thing. It's not like full-on Joker, but it's just like the tiniest cracks. Basically, he says he destroyed the world. He made a device to control Earth's gravity, and and then the Superman-less Justice League weren't really enough to stop him. But the interesting thing about his character is that he regrets it. He's like, I shouldn't have done that. This sucks. He also, like, he's built like a starship, and he just, why isn't he leaving? Because I kind of feel like I should be punished for what I've done. So this character's suddenly gone from like the most stock villain to one of the most interesting ones in the show. This like regret he has, and trying to stave off insanity. I can't emphasize how subtle it is, though. It is very small. He just
Oh yeah.
Superman's just threatened to smash his head in, and it's like there's no point. So Superman goes like, "Now what?" And he goes, "Hey, you want to come to my house?"
Yeah, and then a lot of the episode is just like that. There's some banter between them, and they get in fight with some bugs. Mm-hmm. It's like the cockroaches are the last things that are alive or some shit.
Well, the reason they do that is because he's got a time machine, and the cockroaches stole the power source, so they need to get that. They also make a point, it's like, why don't you use the time machine to just undo what you did? He said, well, I can't travel to any time period where I exist. And Superman's just like, yeah, but I'm dead. So they're like, oh, right, okay, let's go get that power source.
So, yeah, and it's a lot of like just talking and action, but it's really good stuff. But to get to the point, like they get him back to the present, to where Lobo is, and he's just like, Lobo, piss off, and he's just like, oh, fine, losers. So don't come crawling to me whenever you need my help. And it doesn't really even show what happens. But like, Savage tells him like, you need to go back and stop me, and then it shows Savage perspective, like the way the episode ends. It shows his perspective, and then like normal society starts to fade back into existence around him, and then he's kind of pleased with it, and then he fades out of existence.
I think his last words is "Thank you, my friend," which is a really good line.
Yeah. And then he's just gone, and then that. It just ends there. It doesn't even show how he's apprehended. It's just like, what you need to know is that the wrongs are righted.
Yeah, that one was like movie-like. It was really good.
Yeah. So that was a wild episode, but just really good, just all around. So we wrote A. Is that good enough to get past A?
Man, it is really good. I almost feel like we're being a bit too stingy with the... You know what? Fuck it, put it in there. It's really good.
Sure.
Oh no! You sound apprehensive. No, did you have a point? I think it's. Put it this way. I think it's better than Injustice.
I agree with that. I would say at the top of A, but I think the thing with S is, despite the fact that S is in the thumbnail here, I feel like it needs to be a little more substantial. Like, I don't want to jump the gun there. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say like it doesn't deserve it.
No, I'm trying to slow down a bit.
Yeah.
I do like how different. I do like how different it feels. Like part 2, particularly. I suppose Yeah, put on the top of A. It isn't quite there.
Yeah.
It's damn close, but it's not quite.
Like, the Lobo stuff is fun, but it's just kind of silly.
There is a lot
like,
of part one is just random fighting. Like, really random characters.
They're kind of playing around with it. It's not as emotionally impactful as Legends was, I'll say. I think that one is a little more special, whereas this one is a lot of fun, but it isn't special enough.
That's fine.
But it is certainly really, really good, so.
Alright.
Alright. Episodes 21 through 22?
Yep.
Wild cards. It's kind of just a throwback to Batman in that it is just a Joker episode. It is the last Joker episode, it sounds like.
It is, yeah. Thank the bat embargo for that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But, Joker's on TV, because of course he is. And
That's how we met him. How fitting is that? It's for Christmas with the Joker. Like, regardless of the production order, it was him on TV. And then we end with him on TV.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just, he's got bombs set up around Vegas. And the Justice League are trying to disarm the bombs while they're being attacked by this gang of dumb people who I don't think we'll ever hear about again, the Royal Flush Gang. And that's kind of the long and short of it, but it is very, very special because the entire thing is shown as like a broadcast that the Joker is putting on. Like, you constantly cut to him giving commentary, and there's like the timer for the bombs is like permanently on screen.
Yeah.
And it's like cutting to different camera angles, and it's really good.
I can see on our screenshot website that those screenshots they use are exactly 2 seconds apart thanks to that timer.
Nice. But
anything you use, if it's from this side, is going to be a multiple of 2. Everything's going to be an even number. I think
you're going to know exactly when this happens in the episode by that timer.
Yeah.
There you go.
This sounds like the plot is very simple on paper, at least until like the final act. But it's so good. Like, it's all about the presentation, and this is what an episode for Joker, like Mark Hamill's Joker, to go out on. Because you know how he's like on the Tannoy system in the Arkham games, like he's doing the narration for this entire episode. So it's just there's so much good Joker writing, and there's no you don't need to cut to him. He's always got a reason to be delivering it because he's talking to us, the audience. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's absolutely brilliant. The setting is awesome. Like, I love Casino Shed. Like, it always makes a great setting. And, you know, the Joker's playing card gang. That's the thing I constantly alluded to in Batman Beyond. Yes, we finally explained how the Royal Flush Gang started, and who better to start it than Joker, a playing card. Harley's here. Yeah. It's sort of it's like this eye in the sky. She's great. She didn't do a ton in this, but you know, she's original Harley's always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
This feels like the last Batman episode, strangely.
Does.
Yeah, I kind of might as well mention it now because this is when it's going to have an impact. The Bat embargo, from what I remember, and I can do more research into this, but generally speaking, it's around about the time they're doing like Batman Begins, like the first Christopher Nolan film. This is how far we've gotten. By the way, we've gone from Batman Returns to Batman Begins. These shows have been airing. If you want a timescale for that. But basically, Warner Brothers just like, we don't want you using most Batman characters because we don't want you to, quote, confuse the audience. So they just said, no, you can't use most Batman characters, including the Joker.
Jeez.
So we're gonna. I don't know if it starts right now because I think we see like Hugo Strange and the odd one here and there, but I'm pretty certain in Justice League Unlimited, the Batman characters were they weren't allowed to use them So, yeah, that's that.
Annoying.
It's stupid. It's studio interference.
Ugh. All right. Well,
this is a good episode for Joker to go out on, though.
It is, yeah. No,
and it's also not the end for Mark Hamill. I also want to mention.
I'm sure there's more terrible English accents. That you can put on,
it's me. I've come back.
So, I can't describe a lot of this episode because it is just a lot of, like, they're running around disarming bombs. There's a lot of good banter, and there's a lot of action with the Royal Flush Gang.
We should say who they are. They're like a bunch of kids who were metahumans. They basically got taken in, let's say, by the government. They're doing tests and things like that, and Joker basically sprung them and came up with the playing card gimmick. They're
they love him because of that, and so they're real loyal to him. And yeah, so there's a gimmick with them.
Well, yeah, with the casting, yeah, the cast. Not that I ever watched it, but I know the cast of the Teen Titans, or at least the Teen Titan show that aired around about that time. So
right, yeah.
So that's cute because obviously that's not actually related to the DCAU, but they got a little reference to them there. But I don't want to skip through this too quickly because the plot is really simple. It is held up by Joker's dialogue mostly. It's a good bit between him and the Flash. It's just like Flash just like shut up, and he's just like, what kind of a taunt is that? And little bits like that, you know. But the big thing is though, which is I think our introduction to part 2. Well, no, it's not that soon. It's that Joker. The whole point of this is Joker is just using this excuse to show Ace, who's like the youngest member of the Royal Flush Gang that we don't know much about yet.
I mentioned the actual the members are just Tin he's just a big dude who doesn't take damage. He's like, what is it, he doesn't feel pain?
Yeah, it's pretty vague.
It's just like, I guess he's invulnerable or something. He just doesn't feel pain. I don't know. Queen is Magneto.
Yeah, she's a ferrokinetic.
Yeah, she's Magneto. She just does Magneto shit. She does a lot of flinging coins at people.
So liquefies metal and turns it into armor for herself.
Yeah.
Jack.
She wasn't in it that much.
No, well, I mean, none of them particularly shine that much, but yeah. King's the shooty one. Yeah,
Jack is in this a surprising amount. I remember he's just Mr. Fantastic or whatever.
Yeah,
he just stretches. I remember he was just in a lot of this for some reason.
I remember the Terrific Trio or whatever.
Yeah. So there was and then Ace is just in the studio with Joker. She's distinct in that she very much looks like the character who I assume is voicing her. Or, she looks like Raven is what I'm getting at. But she doesn't say anything or do anything. She's just sitting there. And the entire
they might have mixed up the voice actors. I actually don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. You just look at her, you just go that's what that character looks like. It's very,
I kind of want to know now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they switched it up, but you're looking at it, you're like, that. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to invoke the Raven, because they look pretty similar.
She voices Starfire.
Of course.
Yeah, so, I had a feeling they would mix it up like that.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for thinking that, though.
Well. Yeah, that's... I get the feeling that was the point. But anyway, the whole thing is that, she's just there and she's not doing anything. And she isn't saying anything or expressing any emotion.
She's on screen a lot, but she's not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, Joker's doing a lot of talking around her, and she's not reacting. And then eventually he reveals, so they got all the bombs that disarmed, but that was kind of a distraction. The reason that I'm doing this is so that everybody's attention is on us, so you can look at Ace here, who has scarecrow powers, but with hypnosis.
Yeah, she makes you go crazy just by looking at you, including through TV.
Yeah. There's an interesting bit where they're explaining her backstory, and while it's happening, there's just a cutout of her eyes staring at you the entire time.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun with the digital effects in this episode.
They do, yeah. But and her thing was they used some sort of headband thing to subdue her, I believe. It basically, I don't want to say mind control, but
it subdues her. It also protects you from her.
Yeah. So they did, and so she's very upset about that, or Joker implies as much. Mm-hmm. But she just kind of stares off, and she just starts staring at people and doing hypnosis eyes, and everyone starts losing their damn minds.
And Joker says I'm the only one who understands her because I'm already crazy and it doesn't affect me. He says.
Yeah. It's if you're wondering why I'm not being affected by it, I'm already insane. So. And so Batman shows up for the final confrontation, but he's suffering from the effects of this.
He's tripping balls, as they say.
Yeah. He's having some trouble. I say Scarecrow because they really show everyone having these fear symptoms of just stuff turning into weird objects like snakes and whatnot, and just freaking out.
A guy melting.
Yeah, it's very evocative of the Scarecrow stuff. But it's fun. And the way it ends is that Batman he's having a fight with the Joker, or Joker's just kind of kicking his ass.
Yeah.
But he reaches in and grabs the little headband thing that Joker was holding to basically. I don't know if he was. Yeah, I don't think he was actually using it. Or was he actually wearing it? I don't think so. I think it was just implied that he had it so that he could utilize it later if he needed to.
Yeah.
And Ace gets pissed off.
I think he was using it because then suddenly it became acceptable to it.
Right, yeah. He just he wasn't seen wearing it, but whatever.
Oh,
I guess having it on him is enough.
It's the one. Oh, hang on. It's like the thing they put on her. So I don't know if it's suggesting he's going to plop it back on her afterwards.
That's what I assumed. But either way, yeah, she's not happy about him having that, and so she uses it on him. And finally speaks her only lines in the episode. I thought she was going to not say anything, which would have been really funny to have stunt casting and then not give the character lines.
Yeah.
But no, she eventually speaks, and she's just like, "All right, I'm going to go." Batman's like, "Where are you going to go?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Yeah. We then get our concluding scene. We didn't mention it before, but there's a bomb blast. One of the bombs actually goes off. Lantern shields himself and it saves Hawkgirl at the last second, but he gets badly injured, so he needs to get taken away. And then the last scene here is we finally get the culmination of their romance that's been very slowly built up throughout this entire show.
Oh yeah.
And then they finally see Hawkgirl unmasked for the first time, and they kiss. Oh, and
she looks exactly like
Poison Ivy.
She looks exactly, Veronica Vreeland. Every one of those characters, she looks exactly like them.
Every redhead.
It's weird that they just all look like that, but I do want to give a shout out to the Flash getting rid of the last bomb. He's trying to fix it, and then because Batman gives him instructions early on, so he's supposed to know how to do it, but then Joker's just yelling stuff in his ear, just throwing out random instructions at him and freaking him out, and he's like, and at the 1 second left, he just goes "Oh, screw this," and then he just disappears, and then Joker's like, wait a second, what just happened? Rewind the footage, and then so he watches the replay in super slow motion, and you see him just running out of the city with the bomb mid-explosion. It's in his hands and it's like blowing apart. And he just runs all the way to the other side of Vegas to the desert, and it just blows up and doesn't hurt anything. Mm-hmm. And then there's just a pause and he just goes, huh.
Yeah, that's my best line. Ironically, that's the best line in this whole thing is, huh. It's weird for Joker to be speechless.
Yeah. It's It's a good bit. I just really like that. So, yeah. Another banger episode. Hot damn. We didn't write anything negative about it. It's very good.
I think that one actually might be the S. I think I jumped the gun a bit on Hereafter, but that one, no, I feel more comfortable with putting that in S.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like a nice tribute to what in many ways is like the final pure Batman episode. You know, well, not pure, but you know what I mean. Like, it's the closest thing we're going to get to a Batman episode in this ever again. So,
Legacy. It's a tribute to our favorite DC animated show, Teen Titans, which we love. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
I know, there was something very funny about that.
Batman character, like, Robin.
It's like, imagine people who actually like that show are like, oh, that's pretty cool. We're just like, yeah, that's like, sure, why not?
Whatever.
Yes. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think when that aired, it didn't appeal to me, I'll just say, and that's about it. But yeah, I'm sure it's got its fans.
Alright. So, moving on to 23.
Yeah.
Comfort and Joy. This is the one-parter. They have an even number of episodes, and they want to end on a 3-parter, so we got to throw in a 1-parter.
I guess that's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, or another 3-parter, but they decided just to throw in kind of just a quickie here. It's just in time for the holidays. It's the Christmas episode.
Hooray. Yeah.
Hooray.
Recording this in November, the very end of November.
Yeah. Which means, I mean, it's not October, so it's obviously Christmas.
They could only really do this as a 1-parter, I feel.
Yeah. It's not much of an episode, but it's nice.
It's the only one here that's kind of I don't want to say disposable. That sounds like an insult. It's like it's the most self-contained. I don't know. It feels like it's not a serious episode. There were no.
We built a lot of continuity in this season, but this one is very much just you could have just done this anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
I guess you've got more Lantern Hawkgirl relationship stuff.
You do, yeah.
There's basically 3 plots going on, if I remember correctly. We've got Lantern Hawkgirl having snow fights and then bar fights. We've got Flash in Jingle All the Way, and we've got Superman and John Jones going to his parents for Christmas. Those are. Yeah. I'm not missing anything, am I? No, that's it. And that's it. But it's all kind of. It's just amusing. Some amusing stories. Hawkgirl and Lantern's probably my least favorite. I mean, it's fine, but it's just them. The first thing you're having. It's like, how do you have fun for Christmas? Lantern, this is something about Christmas that kind of unlocks the kid part of his brain, where he's just being silly. You know, the usually serious guy is just having a lot of fun, and showing Hawkgirl how fun snow can be. And then Hawkgirl says, "Oh, I'll show you fun," and then she goes to an alien planet where she just gets into fights. It's fine, but yeah.
It's like you don't really do anything for Christmas. Like, what do you do to celebrate? She's like, yeah, I can show you what I go do whenever I want to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I remember he does mention that. He's like, this is what you do for Christmas? He's like, no, this is what I do for celebration.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And it's just going to a bar and just beating up people, just causing shit.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. I'm just saying it's like, when I say it's like one of the 3, it's still pretty good. The one with Superman and Jean is kind of the most heartfelt one, where the Martian's trying to look the meaning of Christmas, I guess. I know he feels like more of an outsider than usual, but then he's get it. My favourite part of that is how much of a child Superman is. Like, his parents would wrap his presents in lead foil. He goes, "You mean Santa wrapped them in lead foil?" And they go, "Oh yeah." It's so good.
At one point, he's looking at the presents and he's like, "Damn, lead foil."
It's
like, "Damn, but
God fucking damn it!"
My motherfucking Santa!
And then that has I might as well say it now. Like, it has a nice conclusion where I like the bit where Jean gets a sweater and it's a little too big, so he literally expands into it. And then I don't know, he just ends up singing a Martian hymn with a cat on his knee. It's quite nice. Yeah. But the best one, I think, I haven't said this to you, I think we both agree the best one's the Flash story.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's at an orphanage, and they want DJ Rubber Ducky. It's like, he's basically Turbo Man. They want the Turbo Man. And he's like, yeah, sure, kids, I'll get you that. And then it's Jingle All the Way, because it's sold out everywhere, and the only way you can get one is to go to Japan, where it's being manufactured. And they hook him up with one. He then goes back to, like, Central City, whatever. He sees Ultra Humanite, who's just going on its rant about modern art. It's pretty good. And Flash just like, hey, knock it out. So he goes to stop, and then Humanite falls on DJ Rubber Ducky, smashing it. He's like, oh no, that's for the kids. Ultra Humanite's like the best part of this episode. He's just like, they would have been better off with a book.
Right.
So he has he makes a truce with Flash. He's like not entirely unsympathetic, and he
also knocks him out first.
He knocks him out first. Yeah, of course, he's still a villain. You hit me first.
Right.
So he builds for DJ Rubber Ducky, and he presents it to the kids, and it's also like reading out the Nutcracker. It's so good. It's like this duck that makes fart noises, and he puts it down as Cloud had just received a Nutcracker the following evening. It's just like, it's so good. And it works as well. Like, the kids are just like, well, this is weird, and then they just get into it. Like, they're all gathered around it. It's sweet. Like Ultra Humanite, like, it very much reminds me of like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Except less homicidal.
It ends with him getting put back into jail, but the Flash organizes him to have like a little, like a plastic tree that like reflects
Christmas tree, yeah.
Yeah, and the little like light that shines on it to reflect the lights everywhere. And so there's this nice shot of him in his cell with these pretty lights, and he's content with that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, that's cute. So just a small little Christmas episode. Just
yeah. I guess we've seen other Christmas episodes. What was the other one, like Holiday Nights? I'm trying to recall them, but this is, I mean, without even being sure of what they all were, I can safely say this is the best one. This is thoroughly entertaining. A little goofy, but
I'm just remembering there was Bullet for Bullock, which was I think that was the one where it was just after Christmas, like this weird sort of like in between period where everyone's putting down the Christmas decorations. But
I suppose like purely Christmas episode, because that could have taken place any time, not made a difference.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is pure Christmas.
Yeah. It's silly, but it's just fun and it's nice.
Yeah.
I say it fun a lot. I apologize, but
No, it is what it is, so you can't.
It's a good show with a couple of bad episodes, but otherwise, really good show. And
I think it's A.
They made it silly. Yeah, we wrote A. It's a silly Christmas episode, but they knocked it out of the park. It's good.
Maybe above Twilight, even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertaining, you know? That's what we're here for.
Yeah, no. It's good. It's
Right.
good.
I hope the next one's as jovial.
Yeah, it'll be, it's a real upbeat story about,
Betrayal, invasion, occupation, adultery.
This is episodes. All right, episodes 24 through 26, Starcrossed, the season finale. This one is about. I think it just happened pretty quickly. The Thanagarians show up.
Yeah, there's an alien that seems to be attacking Washington. I'm like, damn, what are we going to do about that? And then it gets shot down. It's the entire fleet of Thanagar or well, no, I mean not the entire fleet, but it's a fleet from Thanagar. Like, who are these guys? And then, you know, before they announce they're from Thanagar, and Hawkgirl's just like, "Hey, it's my friends. You've arrived." And it turns out, Hawkgirl was a spy. She was an advanced agent to check on Earth's defenses, and her view is Earth's defenses suck. So we're gonna protect you from the fucking invading aliens called the Gordians?
Gordian, yeah.
Yeah. You suck, and we're gonna defend you if you let us. And then
Gordanian.
Gordanian. And then Flash is like, wow, she's a spy, that's cool. And it Lance just like, she was spying on Earth, and he's like, oh yeah, that sucks.
That's not cool.
Like, oh no, it's not. So yeah, finally, they've been. But I'm kind of surprised it took them 2 seasons to do this. Like, let's show some restraint, because I think they said they planned this all along with Hawkgirl.
Well, given the way it ends, I guess, yeah, it makes more sense that it would happen at the end of the show.
Yeah, but I'm surprised I guess they knew that they were confident there'd be a second season to make it happen at least. Because I think every time, right, sure. I think when this show ends, they were also just like, they didn't know Unlimited was necessarily going to happen. So,
true, yeah.
So yeah,
not only is she a spy, she's also engaged to the leader of the fleet.
Yeah,
like their military leader, I guess.
But Rotalic is his
Rotalic.
Name. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
so Lantern's pretty happy about all of this.
Yeah,
it goes pretty well for him. His girlfriend is engaged to some other guy and has been lying basically the entire time.
Yep.
So yeah, that's going great. I remember part 1 being maybe the driest episode.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just them trusting the Thanagarians, and they're building some device in the desert, and Batman does a little bit of spying before he realizes that the Thanagarians are actually bad. So
yeah. So it's like they're gonna build a device it's like they are trying to actually do what they said they're gonna do, which is to stop the Gordanians.
No.
But in the...
Well, yeah, sorry. No, sorry, I interrupted prematurely there. No, carry on.
Yeah, but in the process, they're going to, I think, just destroy the Earth.
Yeah.
By, they're going to end up, killing off the Earth.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted there. Yeah.
But yeah. So
I think they're just making a shield or something, but it's actually like a bypass or something that's just basically going to use Earth to shoot them or whatever, but it's basically Earth's not going to survive this. Hawkgirl doesn't know this, by the way. Like, she finds out later,
right.
And she's pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah, so a lot of that is just sort of the intrigue about what's going on in part 1. And then part 2, I think, is where things start to really pick up.
Mm-hmm. It's occupation. Like, once the Thanagarians are kind of outed, that they just go, okay, we're just going to occupy. We're just going to keep you sort of from revolting until we've done our mission. Also, they keep up the pretense that, we're just doing our own thing, you'll be fine, but obviously not.
We're just going to leave after this is all over, so don't worry about us.
Please be
we're
passive.
Not going to mention the part. Don't ignore anybody saying anything about you dying. So there's a bit where the Justice League have to basically go undercover because, they're the Thanagarians know everything about them. So they're like, all right, let's just go as civilians. Like, let's just take off the costumes and just, sneak out through that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, I think it's Flash who's just like, but, our secret identities, and Batman just like, Clark Kent, Wally West, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
There.
It's such a good moment.
Yeah. I kind of forget, only 3 of them even have secret identities.
Yeah.
like, Jon Stewart, everyone knows it's him. Jon Jones doesn't. He kind of has a secret identity, but not in this show.
No,
like
not in this.
I know in like the audiobooks, he goes by, like, he has a human disguise, which is where his name is Jon Jones.
Yeah,
which
if that wasn't obvious from his alien name.
Yeah, it's very silly. Wonder Woman, everyone, she's just Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Diana, Princess of Themyscira.
Yeah. And...
yeah, but that's such a great moment. It's just like, I don't know. I trust you guys, but it's just... Clark Kent, Wally West, Bruce Wayne.
Right. Because it's like, of course Batman just knows all that. Even though we know he knows who Clark Kent is, but... he knows who Wally West is, which is funny because I didn't know that he was Wally West.
That's the thing when you said that. I was like, I mean, I just already knew that. I just didn't think it was. I guess it doesn't really matter, but
it doesn't.
I didn't question it until you said. I didn't realize. I was like, oh yeah, because I never literally said. I kind of forgot we don't see him unmasked until now. I think he wasn't unmasked in the other one, was he? Like the Gorilla episode. No.
No.
So you get to see them as civilians, and they split up because they quite wisely say they're looking for 6 of them. So, if they go in a group of 6, that's going to be a little more obvious.
Yeah.
And then that leads to a few good scenes.
Yeah. Remember, at one point, was it like Bruce and Diana are trying to get on a train?
No.
And they're
the ones that go in the restaurant.
So, right.
So they get found out. So they get followed into an Indian restaurant, and they will take us. And then the patron there is very helpful. She's like, "Come this way. Come over. Sorry, have a seat." And then they put a headscarf on Wonder Woman, and then the Thanagarians come in. And it's like, "Did anyone come in here recently?" And they're just like, "No." But we're looking for a dark-haired man and woman, and they're just like, "You might have to be more specific." I do feel like it's also a thing where Thanagarians just like, all humans look the same. I don't know. And then they're like, before they notice Bruce and Diana, they just start making out, and they're just like, they've been here all day. Diana says sorry, and Bruce is just like, don't be.
Right. Yeah.
It's a really good moment, and I like civilians helping them as well. I like it when ordinary people step up. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, it's nice. That's right. Yeah. So it's the other two, Wally and Stewart. I guess no one recognizes him, even though they all know he's Green Lantern. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the Thanagarians don't.
It's just a guy, some human, I guess.
Yeah. So they're trying to get onto a train, and there's someone there who's just like, "Oh, you need to show ID. You need to have your ID on you in order to get on here." And they're just like, "Oh shit, we're gonna get captured." They're gonna realize that because we don't have it on us, I think.
Yeah.
And then Clark and Jean notice this, and they just run up because Clark is, he's a reporter, so he's just like, "Hey, I need to." And then Jean is like playing the cameraman.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, "Hey, I need to ask you a few questions," and distracts them so they can just sneak onto the train.
That's a really good moment. So they're meeting up in
bit.
Gotham. They're meeting up at Bruce Wayne's house. That's why they need to catch the train. But that's a really good moment. And there's a great tension as well because Lantern's preparing to do something with a spanner. He's just like, ugh. Getting ready. He's getting ready to fight until he doesn't have to.
Yeah. It's just, there's a lot of really good just tension in the whole scene, the whole bit, I guess.
Meanwhile, Hawkgirl is having a crisis, finding out that Earth's going to be destroyed. She's not happy about this at all with her fiance, her promise, I think they call it. And then there's this guy, I forget his. I don't remember his name.
The other...
no. Krieger, yeah, who's another one of the higher up Thanagarians who's he's trying to just sabotage it. We'll get to that, back to that actually, because it's kind of weird and funny. They meet up at the Batcave. Hey, it's Alfred. It's been a very, very long time.
He was in Hereafter, but yeah.
Oh, but yeah, well... Did he...
That was the first... That was one of the mini cameos in the episode, was he was in
Yeah, I was speaking, though. I mean, everyone was in that one. But yeah, they're in the back.
No, he was speaking in that. Because we forgot to mention that, actually, because Alfred was talking to him. It's like, why aren't you going to be attending the funeral?
Oh, shit,
and Batman's just like...
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. Yeah, Batman's just like, he's not dead. Like, Batman is like, he's trying his hardest to just believe that Superman is actually still alive. So he's like, I'm not going to go to the funeral because I don't believe he's
quite right. Not to review that episode again, but he just say, like, matter can't be created or destroyed. But, like, what if you found absolutely nothing? Like, there's no residue. You can't just erase energy or matter. And that's when it kind of leads to, like, oh, that was time travel because it still exists. But anyway, back to this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry. Flash is just like, that's a giant dinosaur. In the Calendar Girl episode.
Yeah, we referenced that in the notes, or you did, because I had no idea about it, but that is, I think that's what I said whenever he started fighting it in that episode.
Yeah.
And you were just like, hey, this is relevant.
And I thought Batman was a detective.
Right, yeah, that's what Alfred says in response. There's the giant penny. There's just... I think, yeah, there's like... Oh, yeah, because is there a fight here?
Yeah. I also got to say, I'm pretty sure this is the Batman Beyond cave. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd be using that. But then again, it's been so long since New Adventures, I can't particularly remember how that looked anyway. So, yeah.
Right,
yeah. There's a fight. Hawkgirl shows up and helps them. And they begrudgingly accept it. They're understandably a little pissed off with her.
Yeah.
And she also brings Stuart's ring back to him. He didn't have that, by the way. But unfortunately, she's had a tracker on her. So, oops.
Yeah, I forgot about that. They got captured at some point earlier in the episode. Like, that was before the undercover stuff. I remember Wonder Woman is the one that manages to get out of there that time.
Yeah.
I think she just... Oh, yeah, she does some weird thing. She's like, you have to feed me, because how am I supposed to eat with all these ropes tied around me? My biggest weakness, my own weapons.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... so yeah, he ended up losing it during that fight, I believe. It, like, broke or something.
I think they just took it.
Oh, no, yeah, that one they just took it. And, yeah, she gets it back to him. So, just, yeah.
So they were tracking her, so she leaves, and then Krieger's group show up and they have a fight in the Batcave. I almost want to keep track of how many fights we've had in the Batcave.
Right.
It's been a few. Like, it's kind of weird to think this is like where they fought ink. You know, in fact, we actually see the freeze gun the freeze gun gets used. So.
Oh yeah. Scarface dies.
Sorry?
Scarface dies.
Oh, he does, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. There's like a few things that get broken in the fight, so... Because, of course, Scarface is still there, just all those cameos.
So they win, obviously. I like Alfred sweeping up the glass. And then they're like, well, we need to fly this ship, the Thanagarian ship, and they're like, we don't know how. And there's this small thing where Jean can't read their minds, apparently. That's also, kind of explains why. That keeps their deception and secret, and obviously it's why Hawkgirl could keep that secret from him as well. So they tie up Krieger and they say, he says, I just have to try harder to read his mind. So you go into like his mind world, and it's this odd imagery, because you see like this smashed up like female Thanagarian, which I just presume is Hawkgirl, and then you get these two statues of it's like Krieger with what's his name?
Ro.
Yeah, Rotalic. Yeah. So they're like standing together, and he's been like this constant homewrecker. So you and I would just think it's the imagery there that he wanted to muscle. He wanted to be with Talek. Like, is that what they're getting at?
I love him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of half joking. That might be it. It's kind of weird. It's just interesting.
I think he just wants her place, like, in terms of, like, power.
Leadership, yeah.
Because, yeah. But, like, the imagery was very much just like, is he jealous of her?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Anyway.
Very weird.
He also, small, he gets attacked, Jean gets attacked by birds, which scars him in real life.
That was weird.
Craig is left lying there in a vegetative state after the ordeal, so, like, you know, trying to go into a Thanagarian's mind will fuck him up.
Yes, yeah.
In, like, the final stretch here, Batman, so a few of them go to the watchtower, because the Thanagarians have occupied the watchtower. There's Batman, Jean, and Flash go to reclaim it, and, like, so they claim it, they put all the Thanagarians, the unconscious Thanagarians, in an escape pod. Everyone gets in the escape pod, and Flash is like, what's your plan now, Bruce? He goes, I'm gonna take the watchtower out of orbit and drop it on the generator thing, but I have to steer it in manually, so I need to pilot it. And then he locks them in the escape pod and sends them off. He's like, gentlemen, it's been an honor. So Batman's on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Hawkgirl's been taken prisoner because they caught her helping the League. And then it's just kind of like a three-way fight between Hawkgirl, Talek, and Lantern, who later joins. There's, like, action going on outside with Superman and Wonder Woman. But it's decent stuff. But it's not much to detail from us. A lot of back and forth. Talek is pissed off at Lantern because he finds out about his their relationship. So it's skipping over is not to say it's bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just it's hard for us to detail it.
Of course.
But it culminates in Lantern winning the day. I think it was Lantern who won. I know they get an assist from Wonder Woman, but they end up helping each other. Like, they both press the button, like the self-destruct button. Or no, not self-destruct button. It's they need to lower the shields, otherwise Batman's crashing watchtower is not going to work. So they've got their mission is to lower the shield while Batman does his part. And then when they realise it's over, Talek's just like, "Yeah, we've lost. Like, let's just go." And he just like to Hawkgirl, just, "I hope you're happy," and just leaves. So they don't like.
It's like it's going to take. What's it like? He says like it was going to take years to rebuild, and she's like, "You better get started."
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. And then the final scene of the show. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Superman is like, he hears about Batman and he swoops in to save the day. So Batman gets out.
Oh yeah, so. Batman didn't die, by the way. That was a bit why we ended the series. Forgot to mention though. Could have skipped over that. He bails him out at the last second.
Yeah. There's something where it's just like you always have to play the hero. He's like, "Oh, what about you?" Because they're both, doing their thing. Yeah, good stuff.
The final scene of the show, they're just discussing if Hawkgirl's allowed to stay on the team. Some back and forth. They're not happy with her at all, by the way. This is not. There's another thing I like about the DCAU in general. They don't just forgive and forget. They're going to remember this for a long time. They're not going to just move on. So
it's implied like
Wonder Woman seems particularly pissed.
They're arguing with each other, and Batman is eventually like, we're talking in circles, let's just put it to a vote, because, like, we can't come to a consensus, so we just have to vote on it. And, they don't get to reveal what the vote was, because she shows up and she's like, yeah, so I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
I don't really care, I'm resigning.
Yeah.
I'm off. And Lantern's just like, you didn't even get to see what we voted, and she's like, does it really matter?
No. And then she flies off, and she's says, even with all lies, she says she loved him, and then flies off into the sunset.
Yeah,
that's the show.
Flies into the sun, her wings burn off. Wait, hold on.
So I would say that was, I'd say that's worse than A Savage Time. Is that one I'd like fighting against?
Yeah. I mean, we joke. It's not like it's the best episode either.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's definitely better than the other three-parter. It's definitely a better conclusion. It's not.
Absolutely,
it's not. No, it's not one of our favorites. But
it very much it ramps. It starts off pretty dry and kind of dull, kind of the same shades of the last three-parter, where it's like we kind of did this already with the regime taking over a little bit, but with a little more meaning to it because it has to do with Hawkgirl. But then it picks up a whole lot. Like the second part is really good with them out of costume, and then the conclusion. There's a lot of really good stuff there. Good action, good meaningful ultimate conclusion, and yeah,
they did a very gradual build up with they were quite slow with the Lantern Hawkgirl romance subplot. I think Warworld was the first time I ever noticed it.
Yes, yeah.
And then just those little hints there and there, and then obviously in Wild Cards they had that scene at the end just in time for this.
They got a lot of scenes together in season 2. They went overdrive on that.
Yeah,
that little.
I guess they felt like they
budding romance.
They did some in season 1 and they doubled down on it.
Yeah, which is good. I just felt like pointing out it's very prominent in this season, as you probably noticed by now. So, but yeah, we wrote B.
Yeah,
because of the various ups and downs there. So, I'm a little torn on that.
I think B's a fine balance.
Yeah. I'm just not sure where in this, because this is quite a scale here.
I'd put it maybe at the top, just for the gravitas of it.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely put it's definitely several ones up over Secret Origins, which is very similar, but that one was just significantly more basic. I mean, because this has the character development to rely on, more confidence of production, but they are both kind of invasion plot, I
think I'm only kind of hesitant because it is a long thing. Like just a three-parter is. It's a lot of time to tell a story, and it feels like not all of it was spent.
Part 1, I definitely wouldn't miss.
Yeah, for sure. That's my main thing. Is Part 1 definitely you could have condensed this into 2 parts. I feel if you had just made all the stuff in Part 1 a little more brisk. But
I mean, if you want to move that down a little bit,
no,
I just
think
really like
fine.
some of those scenes in 2 and 3. It's definitely held up at 2 and 3.
For sure, yeah. I just felt like pointing that out.
No, you're quite right. I don't disagree at all.
It does pick up enough to. I think it warrants. It earns being at the top of B there, but yeah. So that is Justice League, which is maybe or maybe not the same show as Justice League Unlimited, but hey, pretty good show.
Yeah, season 2 definitely stepped it up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You were hinting as much, and that very much holds true. That season 2 is pretty good with a couple of duds.
Yeah. Definitely more confident on the production side.
Absolutely, yeah.
Bringing in the wider DCAU character development that continues from season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid stuff.
It's kind of fascinating that our top rated episode is season 1, but
that one was sort of an outlier in just how strong of an episode it was for what was otherwise kind of a generic season, I'd say. How many Yeah, how many A episodes did we have going into this? Was it just Injustice and Metamorphosis?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh.
They figured that out.
Yeah, no, that is a lot more populated now in season 2.
Cool.
So, cool.
And just to mention, Injustice, Justice League Unlimited will definitely be its own tier list because, first of all, like it's just a lot more of it, and then they're all single parters. So I don't think that'll very different focus that show has as well. Like it's just structurally very different. So
right, sure.
We'll see, but it definitely needs its own tier list.
Sure. That's fair.
I'm just saying that as a farewell to this one.
All right, yeah.